Only artist.
Prince?
That's formerly known as.
Sorry.
Yeah. Jeez, what's wrong with you? I know Eli's not here, so it's... I think you are Eli. Never seen you on the same room, same time anymore.
You know what? I'm not going to bring it up because Travis hates politics, but I wanted to bring
it up.
There was an individual that is a very public individual right now, and it has recently come out that he did not know that Thai food was pronounced Thai, and he called it Thai food. And
was it Bill Clinton?
There were a couple instances where women he went on dates with because he loved to take them to Thai restaurants. And when the women corrected him, he would abruptly end dinner and say, "Thank you, but I'm not interested," and leave because they corrected him. So I thought that suited this show. I was like, well, if that's how we approached that, we'd be done after.
We'd be in jail.
Episode 3.
Yeah. Well, nobody's listening on episode 3. So.
Well, that's done and over with.
All we do is correct each other.
That's all we do.
And we intentionally say things that are incorrect so that we can correct each other.
That's the goal.
Like, what are these people even doing with their lives?
And then sometimes we do it. And we're like, why are you correcting me? I'm saying it wrong on purpose. No, you were saying it wrong. Wrong.
You're saying it wrong.
Did you see what I did to Eli last week? He said, your. I was like, your. I said, you said the apostrophe R-E. It was you are. Yeah. He was like,
I heard you say it wrong.
What?
You said it with the apostrophe. I heard it.
Yeah.
He clearly said it with the apostrophe.
Yeah. We all heard it.
So you guys may not care, and
Jimmy Neutron.
Neither may the audience, but I'm going to tell you guys as an audience, those 6 of you that are watching, I'll follow a guy named Jimmy on the YouTube. Mm-hmm. He has a channel on the YouTube. His name is Jimmy, and it's Jimmy's World.
Jimmy's World.
He is a pilot.
Yeah.
You guys know how I'm fascinated with aviation.
Know how some of us are fascinated with not turning the volume down.
You love aviation.
Aviation is one of my favorite things. So I follow this channel because Jimmy takes and rescues planes. He'll take an old plane, usually some twin engine stuff, and he'll put a little money in them, get them functioning and airworthy.
Okay.
And uses them to train. Right.
Wow. Okay.
So people can get their pilot's license and things of that nature. And he is ex-Air Force and yada, yada, yada. Now, fast forward. I've been following him for a while. He's got a lot of cool videos I've seen, doing some cool things to some
Train,
cool planes.
Train, not train, Train.
And not train, Trane, but nothing runs like a train. So anyway,
come on.
He is involved in this auction. He's bidding on a plane that was one of, I think 3, but one of Elvis's private jets. And it's a 70-something model jet.
Okay.
So it's auctioning. Now, mind you, it's sitting somewhere like in New Mexico, I think. It's sitting somewhere, just sitting there.
Jets during that time were steam powered, correct?
No. They were powered by jet fuel.
Interesting.
So this plane's just been sitting out in the elements for who knows how long, right? He's just seeing pictures of it, and he is buying this plane sight unseen, if you will.
Okay.
$235,000 for a plane that's not airworthy. It doesn't fly. It hasn't flown in 30 plus years.
But it was the king's plane.
So he buys the plane.
Come on in, Sammy.
He has a guy look at the plane. They make a list of all of the things that you would have to fix to make the plane airworthy.
Mm-hmm.
They calculate this. They pull out their abacus, and it comes up to around $5 million hairs.
That's a lot of doll hairs.
If he spends $5 million hairs, how's it going, bud? Then he can get this plane fully functioning and have all the flight instruments and everything's up to par. However, somewhere in history there has been a regulation passed, and the engines that are on this plane are too loud, so it cannot fly. And they don't make a muffling kit for these engines. So even if he spent the $5 million legally, it could never take off.
Well, that's stupid.
So how about an investment of $235,000 that you in turn can't do anything with?
Yeah, that's dumb.
They're going to make it an Airbnb.
No Metazac Drew. I have not heard of that.
An Airbnb.
I thought that was humorous as well, especially since to do that they had to cut the wings off. So I was like, this doesn't seem like it's going to function properly at all.
Airbnb.
But they're going to make an Airbnb out of it.
Drew, I've not heard of Average Joe, skydiving comedian. What's up, Dre? How are you, buddy? Sammy's here.
What's going on?
What's up, brother? How are you, man? About to get this thing started.
Just flew in from Mississippi, and boy, are his arms tired.
Never heard that one.
Worst jokes ever, I swear. All right.
You laughed at the chicken crossing the road earlier.
Yeah, that's classic, though.
Okay, okay.
You just can't mess that up. Although you almost did.
All right. I don't know. Are y'all ready to do this?
Yeah.
Waiting on you.
Got your intro?
I didn't write one. I'm winging it. Is that all right with y'all?
Yeah, wing it.
March 16th, 2022. Winging it for Sammy. Live from Travis's mom's house. It's the Everyday Joe Show with Tooth, Bull. Eli has decided to fight the weather again, and he won.
He's a no-call, no-show is what he is.
He is no call, no show.
No-call, no-show.
Well, I mean, we can't write that. We have to converse with
3 of
HR
those in a
first.
row. Terminated.
Sammy Qudan, straight in from southern Tennessee, southern Mississippi, or
Northern Mississippi.
Do you know what states are?
yeah, there we go. Down by the river. And your host, the Travis Reed. Guys, again, we got a special guest. Sammy, he flew in early from Mississippi, and glad you made it. I heard the Mississippi airports are rough this time of year.
Yeah, let me tell you about it.
But anyway,
I had to drive.
we're going to sit down and talk with Sammy for a little while, learn who he is, what makes him tick. And plus, he's doing a couple shows here around town. I believe one of them is at our coveted Common John Brewing Company.
Saturday night.
You do a lot of Wings cover songs?
And of course, the puns will be a running. Guys, we got some local news, some updates, what's going on. This is a rebroadcast because the Vols are in March Madness, I guess is the scuttlebutt.
And they better cover because I got 50 on the game.
And they better cover because Travis has 50 on the game. So anyway, of course, we're going to keep you up to date on the local stuff. We got music of the week. Hopefully, Eli has some lunchtime theater, and Travis will always touch our hearts with Travis Talk. So go ahead and take it away, the Travis Reed.
All right, y'all ready to do this?
Waiting on you, Travis.
No. All right, everybody, welcome to the
Next episode.
the Everyday Joe Show. Your host, the Travis Reed. Might have heard of me before.
Yeah, 6.
Yep, 6, 7,
7.
7, 6. Why is it? Oh, I made somebody mad.
You did.
People know who you are.
They do. 6 people.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Have you upset somebody?
I just did,
Already.
apparently. They was like, man, this is stupid. We're leaving. Whatever. Tooth!
How are you now?
How, what are you drinking?
I'm having a Dr. Pepper. It's got 23 flavors in it. Ask me how I know.
How you know?
It says so on the can.
Where?
It does. Fact checked.
Man.
Established in 1885.
Where at?
Plano, Texas.
Come on. That's what I'm talking about. Well, also owned by the Cadbury Company at one time.
I did not know that.
They own that and New Grape and Cadbury eggs. Come on. They used to sell Coca-Cola back in the day.
Wow.
I'm a learned man.
You are a learned man. You learn things.
This is a house of learned doctors in here.
It is.
Yeah.
Doctors of bull crap. Tooth, you good?
I am very, very good.
Man, your car, oh my gosh.
It is blinging.
Total different ride.
Those guys at Dr. Details Cosmetology showed out.
Yeah, they did. It looks good, dude.
It looks really good. I'm really impressed.
It looked good before, but now I'm like, geez.
Thank you, Travis.
Jeez.
The next day, I was in the drive-thru at the Wendy's on Memorial, and a guy adjacent me in a blue one. Hey, man, I really like your car. Thanks, bud. He gave me the I like your car.
Yeah. Did he give you the Mustang wave or the Mustang? Wah, wah, wah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, he did.
Got to do that.
Yes, he did.
Got to do that.
Hey, it does it by itself in mine, the rev matching.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
When you downshift, ooh,
I didn't know that was a thing.
it's a thing.
Oh, I thought you meant if another car revs, it automatically revs.
It does that too.
Like a mockingbird
It's rev
feature.
matching. Yeah. It's a mockingbird feature. This guy right here. Bring him back.
Boom, he's already in. Love
But
it.
he's got us up to 8 people.
People know Sammy. All right.
Yeah,
Thanks for being here.
Thanks
buddy.
for having me, Travis.
Thank you for being here. Boom.
Yeah,
Hey, you okay?
I can't hear because Tooth was revving his revs too revved.
This car's not even started.
I know, but I'm still recovering from all the revs.
Got you.
I thought he was going to play on Mockingbird. Yeah. I had no idea what was going on. It's all because he's deaf.
Oh, it is deep.
Yeah, no, he killed a tree and a quarter tank of gas just to let us know he was here.
How about
Sometimes you got to give her a gallon. Skin her back.
Skin her back.
Come on.
Hey, I finally spun the tires.
Did you?
Accidentally. I didn't
Oh
mean to.
no, man! You ain't let her eat yet. You walk it, dog.
I mean, I didn't mean to.
You know.
I was coming out of Dr. Detail's cosmetology after I made my appointment. And I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
But she got a little squirrely.
You
with
got
me.
to tack her up and dump her, son.
It was a lot of fun.
Come on.
That thing will hug the road.
It will.
Who's next?
Well, Bull's not going to be driving his Rogue or Pathfinder.
It's a Rogue.
It's a Rogue in sport mode or
Eco.
Eco mode.
He's sport mode only.
only.
And I hear that there's some kind of new body kit he might be getting.
yeah, he's gonna get some louvers and stuff on his.
So it looks fast.
Yep. I am not going to pull up in this driveway and be overmanned anymore.
Good on you,
Last
sir.
time this happens,
Good on you, sir.
Yeah, it's funny.
Proud of you.
Thanks, Bull.
I'm going to get sport mode as a vanity license plate, just so everybody knows.
Yes. If you don't, you don't have a hair. That's not true. You got lots of hairs.
You can get an airbrush T-shirt that says sport mode.
I don't think so. No.
I'm gonna get you one.
I'm
then.
getting you one. Yeah, it's happening.
Yeah.
I think you kind of have to at this
It's
point.
Yeah,
gonna
you do.
have a robe on it.
And one of those trucker
It's
hats
gonna
on the
say,
phone.
this isn't just
I'm in the
sports
Nissan
mode.
gang, too, though.
It's
Yeah.
a Nissan
Yeah.
sales event ad.
Get him one of those structured truckers with the foam on the front, you know?
Yeah.
Sport mode, airbrushed on there.
This isn't just bull in sport mode. It's a Nissan sales event ad. This is perfect.
Somebody should be paying us for all these ideas.
Brie Larson should be in the commercial.
Right now. Thanks for being here, Bull.
Hey, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Sammy Qudan.
You nailed it, man. Look, you're one of very few. Usually, I've gotten Quaden. The newest one that I've gotten was Qudan.
Qudan?
Yeah, that one
There's
was
not even
interesting.
an air in it.
Well, you would think. I mean, it was the craziest thing. I just let it roll. It was so amusing to me at that point. I was just like, yeah, it's Qudan.
No, it's there's no you in your. The first time I ever read your name, like on you were playing at Common John's first time. I was like, they spelled his name wrong. There's no you.
Well, so like you look at it and you're like, it's one of two things, right? And then you see me and you're just like, it's definitely one of two things. You're like, it's either Cajun or it's communist, one or the other. There's no middle ground.
I was going for Farsi. Like, that's how I was.
I mean, am I wrong? Come on, let's be honest.
CNC Music Factory over here.
Look like a communist.
Kind of narrows it down.
Oh
Doesn't
man.
look very commie to me at all.
No.
It's like that lady that was talking about her microwave and she pronounced it microwave.
Oh, that's to be a little fancier.
She is fancy.
Yeah.
She uses a microwave.
Have you heard the new pronunciation of Worcestershire?
Wash your sister sauce?
Oh no, it's a different one. It's a Worcestershire sherry.
Wow.
This is a TikTok on it. Like sherry.
Yeah.
And dude's like, there's 150,000 ways to mispronounce Worcestershire,
And wash your
and you couldn't even get that right.
Oh, maybe she's just she's a trailblazer. You know,
could be right.
She found a new way to
I'm
mispronounce it.
going to stick with the trailblazer that started with wash your sister. Let me get some of that wash your sister sauce.
Right. Wash your sister sauce.
That's great.
Sammy, you're not drinking anything?
No, man, I'm good. I just got off the road. I got a plug in right now.
Yeah, me. I got a little zinny in.
It's so weird that when a guy says he has a plug-in and a girl says she has a plug-in, how different that is.
Two different things.
Wait,
It is 2023. I mean, there is some gray area.
Yes.
I mean, I wasn't going to question it. I was just like, well, maybe
Plug
we
it
take
up.
some more.
Let's go swimming.
We are so welcome
This one
to
doesn't
show.
vibrate.
Does it light up?
I haven't checked.
If you ain't got no underlights on your undercarriage, man, I don't even want you.
No, you ain't try it.
What you got underneath there?
Well, thanks for being here, man. Appreciate you.
Appreciate y'all having me.
Travis,
sir.
what are you drinking tonight?
Don't sweat the small stuff, buddy.
I typically don't.
Oh. No, that's what I'm drinking.
Oh, that's a really good beer at the Common John
It
Brewing
is.
Company.
The last of its kind.
Oh wow, you
How's
got a
it?
dying breed brew.
Pinky's out. I want to know how it tasted. Yeah. Pinky's out.
He'll let you smell the cup when yeah.
It's the cup and not his fingers this time.
Yes, I know. That tastes Trabulous.
You nailed it the first time, like Jesus the Carpenter.
Come on.
That was beautiful.
Boom. Brought my hammer and my nails.
I don't think Jesus partook in the nailing of it. I just rumor has it
He was a
He was a
carpenter.
carpenter, though.
Jesus the Carpenter. He nailed things.
he did. He did.
He really got the water and the wine thing down pat.
Well, so that's the whole thing. I mean, like anybody's ever done any kind of carpentry work, you get really good at 4-letter words. Jesus definitely cussed a lot.
There's no
There's no
doubt
way he
that we
didn't.
got some of our words from Jesus.
Absolutely.
He did it. He did it.
Won't he do it? Yes, he will.
It's probably where GD came from in the first place. I mean,
Or did he say like that?
yeah, he's probably God. He's probably Dad. Damn it!
I won't start doing that from now on. All right, guys, if you're near Common John, get down there right now. Karaoke started at 6 p.m.
You're late.
You are late. Shane and the Back Porch Productions doing karaoke tonight. We are up on the big screens up there. Hey, how y'all doing?
I went up there and I helped him. I turned the lighting down, got the mood right for him.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
You know, he's a trendsetter, a mood
ambiance.
setter.
Yeah.
He is. They got those lights at Common John for me to do the singo.
Yeah.
And then they let Sam Groh use them when he did his show up there. I let him use them. I was like, man, go ahead, use my lights.
Light it up, man.
They're on permanent loan now.
Yeah. They're
Speaking
you can
of
use them.
loans,
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, you can use them.
I got to get with Shelby. She's still got the picture thing from Ashley's birthday party. We used it at Derek's birthday party also.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Need that back.
I'll see her in the morning.
I wish you would
Yeah, I will. I'll say hi to her for you.
do that.
Yeah. So karaoke tonight at 6 till 9. You got about an hour and 10 minutes to get it up there and get you singing on. Also, happy 316 Day. It is March 16th. Happy Stone Cold Steve Austin Day.
If you haven't just double fisted some beers today, are you even living?
No, you ain't. You ain't LIVIN living, man.
Golly,
It ain't
man.
happening. I had a shirt in my Amazon cart. It says Happy 316 Day. But it wasn't going to be here till the 24th.
That's not going to work.
Oh man.
No.
You have to wear that next year.
Yeah, so I was like, well, I'll lose it before then.
Yeah.
Or Hope will steal it. My daughter steals all my Metallica shirts. I have 2 left.
Jimmy Newton, I'd like to answer that question. Bull doesn't plan weddings, he crashes them.
Yes.
He's a
With the
wedding
best of 'em.
crasher.
Bull's just a crasher.
Yeah, that too.
Isn't it funny? We don't have his cans on. He don't hear what we say.
I'm listening. I'm just waiting for my opportunity to interject.
Oh, we'll interject.
And there you did it, and it was wasted. Now it's back to you, Travis.
Oh, thank you.
Back to you, Travis.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so, and tomorrow, St. Patty's Day, I got a special shirt for the occasion. It says Austin, instead of 316, Austin 317. Get it? St. Patrick's Day, 316, 317. Huh? Didn't know a thing like that existed. But it does.
I don't get the Austin part.
Austin 316.
No, I know. No, Travis, I understand.
Yeah.
But it doesn't correlate to the 17 for me.
Well, it's just one more because it's a
Yeah,
17.
it's the next one down.
So it's 3/17, like the date.
I got you.
Oh, instead of a colon,
Yeah.
they used a slash.
Slash for the date 3/17 because this is one day after.
Is it green? That's the question.
It has green on it.
That's all that matters.
The smoke is green and the
Now,
letters is green.
now, a much clearer picture is painted.
So nobody will peach my hiney tomorrow.
I'm going to wear my weed socks.
You have them on now, don't you?
No,
Oh, okay.
not currently. I have 2 different pair, one of which doesn't have any green on it. They're like rainbow colored pot leaves.
That's
So
dumb.
that's like pre and post socks.
And the socks are black.
Yeah. You smell like weed.
let me see what
Sounds
socks I
like
got.
you missed an
out.
opportunity.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, I do. And it smells like you missed a good opportunity.
All right, so you guys have seen, not seen it, but you've seen the previews and heard the scuttlebutt about Cocaine Bear, right?
See
I
it?
have.
My dog, you went and seen it?
No, I mean, it's in the scuttlebutt.
Oh, Hope went and seen it. Said it was hilarious, and she loved it.
Really? I thought it would be terrible. I really wanted that to be terrible. I didn't want it to be good.
So did I, dude. But it's opening weekend. It was outdoing Ant-Man.
Yeah, you told me
Shut
that.
up. It outdid Ant-Man.
Well, I mean, that
Yeah.
story has been floating around
For a long
Since
time.
it happened.
Yeah, you know, I mean,
So now on the heels of that, they're making 2 new movies.
I was gonna say they're doing the whole Fast and Furious thing.
What? Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. I quit watching after the first one.
I didn't see Vin Diesel in this one.
He's the shark. He's the voice of the shark.
Oh, okay.
Kind of
All
like
right.
Groot when he's the Guardian of the Galaxy. You never see him. You just hear him go, I'm Groot.
Oh, so they're doing Cocaine Shark.
Cocaine Shark. Yes, sir.
I wonder if they're doing like a crossover event with Sharknado.
It's the producers of Sharknado are making it. But
what I'm
last
saying.
week we learned about cocaine cat in Idaho. There was a cocaine cat in Idaho.
How many?
I had a
cocaine
cat
animals
named
have there
Kilo
been?
once. Does that count?
That does
Was it
count.
white?
That does.
How did you guess? You're an
never know.
astute guy. I like this
I would've
guy.
never
James?
known.
He picked up on the context
He
clues.
did.
He was a white cat. He had one
also a
black
cat
spot.
person, too.
Okay. Yeah, Kilo, my cat.
Yeah.
Bull and I, we watched the trailer for this movie, and it was shot on an iPhone 1.
Yep.
It was horrible. Like, seriously, our phones take better video. Than
Yeah, it was
that
shot on
thing.
the iPhone 1 front-facing camera.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
It
put
was
that into perspective.
looked horrible.
it was like watching the Blair Witch Project.
Except shakier. Yeah.
Yeah, shake your- And the shark looked like you took some gray Play-Doh and just, oh yeah, that's a shark. Look at it. And it's so bad.
Yeah, it looked like poop.
You think they just took the like leftover funding from Cocaine Bear and made Cocaine Shark?
So they sold some fake cocaine to someone.
I think somebody
Just make
stole a
it.
gas card.
I'm
that
more
was
interested
used.
in Attack of the Meth
Yeah,
Gator
yeah,
personally.
yeah,
What's
right,
this
right.
about?
Yeah.
He never goes to sleep.
Well, apparently this is in pre-production, Attack of the Meth Gator. You may know something about that down there in
Well,
Mississippi.
you know, I mean, I have seen a meth gator once or twice. They're real.
I went to school.
How many teeth do they got?
They don't have any toothbrushes. I'll say that.
That's why crocodiles are so ornery, I heard.
Oh man, so yeah, I guess that's in pre-production. Is that right, Bull?
That is correct. Meth Gator is in pre-production now. They're hitting the entire gambit.
Man, well, somebody did like a marijuana one.
They did.
It's less active.
Well,
Have you
It's
ever
a lot
seen
less action.
Helen Kumar go to White Castle?
Yeah, but I mean like a marijuana animal.
It'd be like 90 minutes of watching your dog sleep.
You remember I told you that cool story
I
about
do,
how Tolly ate the edible?
Yeah.
Yeah, look, there's nothing exciting after that. But like, she was comatose for 2 days. She's like, the groomer called and said, "Hey, I can't groom your dog. She's falling over." Like, that is not exciting. It's not movie material.
Yeah, the last 3 Rob Schneider films were ferrets on weed. Like
You mean
that's
you haven't seen
exactly
Pot
what it was.
Donkey? God, everybody's seen that.
What a great film. I heard that's going to be Tarantino's last one.
He said Spielberg turned it down.
And the donkey come in, okay? And he had all this pot with him, okay? Yeah. Quentin Tarantino's last film,
Yeah.
Pot Donkey. What a follow-up to that Hollywood movie.
No doubt.
That Once Upon a Time thing,
Right.
yeah.
I enjoyed that. Oh man, so yeah, can't wait for those movies to come out.
Yeah.
No, I'm totally joking. That's gonna be terrible.
But you probably, were you going to watch it?
Yeah.
Well, of course.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to watch Meth Gator. We already saw the trailer for Cocaine
It was
Shark.
probably shot
It's
on
terrible.
a on a trailer.
I can see it
was.
now. This gator's out and about. It's 2 a.m. He's mowing grass. It's gonna-
Taking apart his radio.
This
what are you doing out there, Meth Gator?
the spring's messed up in my starter. You got an ink pen? What are you gonna do with that? Well, you spring of ink pen, put in the starter. I've actually seen that happen.
Okay.
That exact scenario.
But you know, it works.
I
It was-
want to see
did.
this movie now. I want to see a person in a gator outfit, methed out, solving meth problems.
Just messing around, you know?
Just mething around.
He's out there cleaning up one meth at a time.
voice, and it has to be voiced by Mike Tyson.
Oh, absolutely.
Or Mike Myers. One of the two.
Yeah, there's no middle ground here.
Can go either way.
Oh my God, we can just do a whole show on these stupid movies.
I believe we could.
Hey, you don't need your guitar, Sammy. We're fine.
Fair enough.
Did you bring your guitar?
I have one.
Okay, well we got like 4 in
It's
here.
okay. Bull has 17.
I said 4. I was being nice, and there's 4 in the house.
The 12 strings missing a string, so.
So it's an 11 string.
That is correct. Your math is freaking phenomenal.
I'm telling you, man.
He is fast.
That's Mississippi public education
That's
system.
it, man.
We have some corrections to be made tonight.
Yes, sir.
Do they teach y'all to spell Mississippi the same way they teach us to?
Crooked letter, crooked letter.
That's
humpback,
right.
humpback.
Come
Yeah,
Afro man the bomb. Bump that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man! So Bull sent me this interesting story over. Man with the longest tongue sets a Jenga
record.
Yeah.
You didn't know about this?
No, I did not.
It's all the rage.
Yeah,
Did he do it with his tongue?
he did it with his tongue,
Correct.
That's
and
impressive.
and apparently his weekends now are booked.
I'm sure.
He is.
Schedule.
Oh yeah.
Scheduled out. He's out till next year right now.
Oh, there. Yeah, it's. Have you ever seen the picture of the guy with the widest tongue ever? So he's kind of a burly guy, you know, the beard and the feather cut. And he goes to Just One More all the time.
And
He's
it
always
shows you a
down there.
picture of his wife.
And she's grinning. He's like got his tongue stuck out. And that thing is like 4 axe handles wide.
And
you
she
know?
looks like the Cheshire Cat from Alice in
Happy
Wonderland.
to see.
Loving it.
Curling it in.
Loving it.
Like, oh my God, I'm so happy. Talking about face party.
That's right. So, a dude from California, fastest time to remove 5 Jenga blocks with the tongue. His tongue 3.97 inches. 5 Jenga blocks from a stack in 55.526 seconds. I think you can get close.
Probably close, but his tongue is equal to the average male junk.
Yes.
Well, I don't know. So South Park they just tackled this.
3 to 5, man.
They just tackled it.
5.15.
So it's the TMI has changed.
That's what Murray says.
Yeah. It's called the TMI equation.
Yeah.
Whenever it's length times girth times distance from the shaft, and dangle.
Everything south of the bunghole, man. Everything south of the bunghole counts. I
That's what Murray says.
don't know about you guys, but I'm measuring everything from the grundle on.
The grundle? Is that a word?
It is now. If it wasn't, it is now.
Look it up. It's the same thing as a tank.
What about you in radio and TV land? How do y'all measure? yours?
Write a song with that word in it there, Sammy. Yeah.
I'll have it done by Sunday.
I'll be there Saturday night. If that ain't in a song,
Oh, my God.
yeah,
The Grundle bundle. I got it. We're headed with this.
Grundle in the bundle. Oh my gosh! All right. Also, stupid person of the week. I don't know the context of this too much, but a man is suing over boneless wings just being chicken nuggets. Are you an idiot? Do we not figure that out?
I don't know. No, Tooth and I were going over it. Tooth, you
We've
start, please.
discussed this in depth.
Okay.
And what I think has happened is this idiot is mistaken that the nugget doesn't have any wing meat in it.
Mm-hmm.
But if there's wing meat in the nugget, then technically it could still be a wing. But Bull made a valid point that what they're breaking down is the ratio of wing meat to other meat to make sure there's enough to consider it a wing.
Does that have to be like 51% wing meat?
I feel like it's got to be 51% or more based on.
If they do that with primary residence, it has to be with wing meat.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying.
You know?
We're on the same page.
Right.
So, needless to say, he has a chance if they don't have their nuggets up
Right.
to par.
Yeah. If their ratios are wrong, I mean, that could be a genuine lawsuit.
Can we do like class action? We get on this or?
Well, if he's listening, we can.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean
Well,
to
this
call
all
you an idiot.
happened once before, and Bull made it clear to me. That's why now it says, clearly on buffalo wings, buffalo sauce. It'll say that the sauce is buffalo because buffaloes don't have wings.
No.
They don't.
No.
And
Well, they
there's
did-
no
well, they've
buffalo.
evolved.
They
Past that.
did, and then we took them all.
There's a movie.
What?
Winged buffalo.
Yeah.
Cocaine winged buffalo.
Yeah. I'm in.
I'm there, opening day. Yeah.
Yeah. That son of a gun
What are you
can't
guys doing this
fly.
weekend, man? Cocaine winged buffalo's coming out. We can't miss it.
Oh man.
There's going to be a line.
Thank you, Candace. How are you?
Oh, that's
Oh man. So yeah. Good luck on that. Hope he wins and buys us awesome wings. So
There's gonna be a line.
I'm glad you got that.
I didn't know if anybody else picked it up.
I did not.
I wanted to say something.
See,
but I was too
cocaine
busy
comes in
chuckling.
lines.
Right.
See, I get what you did.
Chuckling.
I've never done the cocaine. I didn't,
If it's a
I'm
party, there'll
stupid.
probably be a lot of lines, depending.
VIP.
I'm stupid or slow.
pipeline.
What about rocks? You
Sometimes.
smoke rocks?
You get the wrong
Some of y'all know
stuff.
about me, Joe Rogan. I smoke rocks.
Oh, so learn something today. You know the old joke. You know why the chicken crossed the road?
Yes.
Apparently in Georgia, chickens can't.
Not allowed.
No,
That's
Against the
ridiculous.
law?
illegal, against the law.
Illegal. Not even a goose can gander across a road.
No kidding.
Nope.
Yep.
Listen, you think that's something.
I do think it's something.
Well, you can't dance in a sombrero in New Mexico. You can wear a sombrero in New Mexico,
Dare
but you
you,
better
Sammy.
not be
I'll
caught
watch.
dancing.
Dare you?
And a
Live
sombrero?
stream.
I'll do it.
Now I've wore a sombrero in New Mexico, but I didn't dance. I knew
Talking
the
about
rules.
weird laws in Natchez, Mississippi, which where I'm really from Sibley, but it's about 7 miles south. But in Natchez, it's illegal to get an elephant drunk in city limits.
Well, that's stupid.
I know, right? Apparently, a long time
So
ago,
somebody had
they
to
got
have
an elephant
done that.
drunk, and it went and rummaged through the whole town. There's like a whole statue.
It's just the start of Cocaine Bear. It all started with Drunk Elephant.
Right, exactly. Right.
See
You
what-
started it.
Yeah, look, I didn't start it.
It's a gateway drug, and
didn't
now we
start
have
the
a
fire.
vicious cycle
We have
of drug addictive animals, and it's all because of this darn elephant.
Absolutely.
And now, because of that, the chickens can't cross the road in Georgia.
There's some place, I don't know which state it is, but all 50 states still have on the books some ludicrous, crazy laws.
Yeah.
And it could be more than one state, but I definitely have heard the law about not spitting on sidewalks. And that's because sidewalks used to be wood,
Right.
and the wood would swell and yada, yada, yada. So there's all kinds of these. Like there's certain states you can't wear heels a certain length.
Right.
Like,
I've read one that's like you can't tie an alligator to a fire hydrant. I've read that law. It's somewhere, I don't know where that's at, but
Well,
I mean, that's a good law.
interestingly
Yeah, I mean-
enough, in West Virginia, you cannot use your ferret as a hunting device.
no kidding.
Well,
Who would have thunk that?
They are pretty vicious. Have you ever seen a
I had a
angry
pet ferret. And
you ever get angry?
if he got him mad, it was a bad day. That was a bad day.
You only notice you only have one ferret.
They're wiry. Yeah, I didn't get another one. Fuck
Yeah.
that. Hey.
no, we're not.
But I just want to know
Beat
what
that up.
travesty took place. I bet somebody got it drunk.
LSD ferret.
LSD ferret, is that what it is? MDA ferret.
We're making some movies, boys.
Yeah, we are. We start tonight.
That's right.
Did you see that ferret at the rave last night? He almost was dehydrated, man.
Look at his pupils. Oh my gosh. Another dumb story. Oklahoma woman has her ear nearly ripped off by a neighbor's pet monkey.
I'm telling you, it is an epidemic.
What drug was the monkey using?
Get out of
That's
my
what
head.
I was. He on
Get out of my
head.
Prozac or
PCP.
Gotta be.
Say bath
Ozempic
salts.
or what? What was he on?
I'm gonna say it was a Florida monkey.
Florida monkey.
Yeah, it was bath salts. It was definitely a Florida
They,
monkey.
they relocated to Oklahoma.
That is correct.
Or it could have been a monkey that was at Exotic Joe's or Joe Exotic's place or whatever.
Well, he was in Missouri.
He's all just
Oh,
hooked
it's
up on
Oklahoma.
Mountain Dews,
Was it
man.
Oklahoma too?
Yeah.
I thought it was Missouri.
Oh, man. Come on now.
Are we talking?
My bad.
No.
Missouri?
Missouri.
I like it.
Yeah. That's got a couple crooked letters in it, too.
Missouri.
Missouri, for sure. So that's all the dumb, silly news that Bull found.
Yeah, so everybody, look, keep your pets away from your stash. That's the moral of the that we're trying to lay out here.
This lady, I found this more humorous because she really didn't think through the anonymousness of this situation, but she was very clear that she wanted to remain anonymous, not even to mention what state she lived in.
It's pretty anonymous.
That's pretty anonymous. But then when you start hearing the story, it's like, how many people could this have happened to?
Right.
So she starts talking about how her cat died last year first, and how much she loved her cat, and how she recently received a present from her husband that was the weirdest, most uncomfortable, creepiest present she's ever gotten.
Not a taxidermy cat.
And he brought her the taxidermied cat. Now, how anonymous is this now that we have said all of this? We didn't tell you the name or the state you live in, but if your husband's listening, he knows that this is the cat that
Right.
he just gave you.
Right.
Because I don't feel like this happens every day. I don't feel like every
do not
day
believe
a lady
that
gets a taxidermied cat from her
It was
husband.
probably Mississippi.
It probably was.
Sorry, Mom.
Hey, Sharon. How are
Needless
you?
to say, what are your thoughts on a taxidermied animals? Like pets.
Domesticated, I'm out. HOT out, son. I got.
Could you imagine having Ted?
as much as I love that dog, as my best friend, as my boy. No, good. I got pictures and memories. I don't need him.
You don't need to look at his stuffed carcass.
No, not his big eyes. He was a pug, so
He was hideous. cutest little pug for an ugly dog. The cutest little ugly dog.
He had Lord have mercy.
A tongue on him.
He had a dump truck on him too. Son.
He did have a dump truck on him. Yeah. So. Definitely, like Bull said, keep your animals away from the stashes, please. Unless it's going to be really funny, then let us watch.
Right. Film it if it's going to happen.
Yeah, we'll make a movie.
You can make a movie. Yeah.
Yeah, film it with the iPhone with the 4K thing, please.
Yeah, so we can use the B-roll. We can definitely use the B-roll.
Absolutely.
Do the back
Footage at
camera.
the end of the movie. Yeah.
Disclaimer: actual footage.
No Play-Doh.
No Play-Doh. Is that edible Play-Doh?
It's all edible. Play-Doh is all edible.
And it's all salty too. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
It is. No matter what color, what
Doesn't
flavor.
matter.
That's the salt in it.
Yeah. They could have put some pepper in there, some garlic.
You'd think they would make it a taste or a flavor that would make you not want to eat it. But
I mean,
I know a lot of kids that
not.
love Play-Doh and glue.
Well, that's the new sandwich for Press Box 11, boys.
Hey, let's have the Play-Doh sandwich. And can I get a side of that Elmer's glue?
oh man, it's my
Absolutely.
favorite.
I swear to God, if I had stuffed animals around me, I'd start throwing them at you guys right now so we could have
What are you gonna do?
our opening scene for the movie.
You got to pull a wheel. He's actively looking for stuffed animals.
I'm looking for stuffed animals to throw at you guys. Be like, little did they know that the night show would start. Apocalypse.
Well, I do have a lot of toys around here, but there's no stuffed animals.
No.
They're in the house. I'm kidding.
I was going to say, they're on your
Keeps those
bed.
in the safe.
They're on his bed. Which in his pillows. Hey, if you think they're stuffed now, wait till later.
Oh.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Okay.
You stuff your animals all you want.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. All right, guys. Our guest tonight, Mr. Sammy Qudan.
Nailed it twice. 2 for 2.
Before I knew how to pronounce it, I said Qudan.
That's close.
Yeah. And then Bull said it earlier, and I'm like, it is Qudan, isn't it? Because I went back in the Wayback Machine when you were Common John, when you played outside. I think it was last summer.
So he's got that long line over there, not that you.
He don't have that. He's got a.
Man.
I was like, yeah, Bull's right. Because I was like, oh, Bull, you idiot, you pronounced it wrong. And then I got.
But I mean, when you have a last name like that, you can't really get mad at people.
well-
pronounce it. It breaks all of like the English code of like it has to have a U after it.
Yeah.
Not us.
Yeah, I was like, no, we're not doing that.
The
Here.
beauty of the English code is that it is broken in itself.
Exactly.
I before E, so after C. That's a lie.
Or after Y, or all the crazy things.
Throw a pen, but I need it, so I can't do that. So, Sammy, you said you're from Mississippi.
I am. I'm from Sibley, Mississippi.
Sibley?
That's it. It's about 6 miles south of Natchez, Mississippi, which some people actually know, but it's still a grease spot on the map.
Right. We have a good friend. You may know him, Larry Brigman from Common John Brewing Company. He's from Walls.
I've met him. Yeah, we've talked about you
Yeah.
know, the Mississippi connection.
I asked him one time, I said, hey, man, where are you from? He said, between the ceiling and the floor.
That's it.
What? Walls, Mississippi. Like, you got me. He did get me, though.
He's clever.
He is a clever. You ever had a hug from Larry?
A hug from there. I know we've had a very nice handshake for sure. I don't think we've reached that hug level yet.
Bruh. He
Is it
gives
the best
the
hug?
best hugs in the Tri-County area.
Because we're the hospitality state.
Oh, I see.
You know?
Was that for real?
Yeah, that's like the slogan of Mississippi.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think
Billy
a lot of people would beg to differ. Specific people would probably
just
beg to
depends.
differ. Just going on a limb there.
Our good buddy Billy Ratliff did not tell us that. He's from Mississippi. He's on way down in Mississippi, though. Like that close to Louisiana.
Yeah.
Like that close. So, Qudan, what?
Him and Juvie hung out, didn't they?
I think so. So where exactly is, I don't even know where Natchez, Mississippi is.
So it's right there on the river between Mississippi and Louisiana.
Oh,
So the area is called the Miss Lou. You know?
Miss Lou?
Yeah, you
I like
got Natchez and you got Vidalia right there.
Oh, so are you Cajun descent?
No,
No, but just Cajun.
just a mutt.
Just a mutt?
Yeah. But just a nice like blend, I guess you like just like if we were talking wine, like a blend, a fondue.
Oh, I found
A goulash.
Yes. I like some goulash.
Me too. I look at it every day in the mirror.
Oh man,
Are you full? I am.
Yes, I am. I wasn't, but I am now.
that's right. Oh man, so playing sports in high school or anything like that?
Some here and there. I was too short for basketball, so that was out quick.
Right.
I figured that out. A couple swats, and I was like, you know what? Probably not for me.
Go to the house.
But I played some football and played
So
soccer.
chess wasn't big in Mississippi, is what you're saying.
I will say my school did go to the National Science Olympiad competition. We were some of those real smart rednecks.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Were you involved in that?
I was.
Oh, y'all was making your own steels and stuff, man.
Yeah. Well, actually, you say
you
that.
see
I made
Jake
ethanol
Gyllenhaal?
for a science fair project one year.
Did you see Jake Gyllenhaal? He made a rocket go into space.
That's crazy.
How many syllables does he have in his last name when Bull says it? Jillian.
That's how you spell it.
It's sort of like a Wednesday.
Wednesday, yeah. He loves that show on Netflix, Wednesday.
Jillian. That's how you spell it.
He's a big dumb animal. I know you've worked with him several times.
I have.
You should give him cocaine and see what happens. Cocaine.
Cocaine Bull, yeah.
I ain't watching that one, dog. I've seen Bull jacked up on caffeine, and that's bad enough.
Man, it's like rabbits.
God mighty.
All jacked up on cigarettes, diet sundrop.
It's a whole movie of Bull just throwing spunk and poo.
That's
It's
just
like a normal Friday night.
that's normal. They don't know why Bull washes his hands all the time. He's throwing that poo. Oh my God, I don't want to see
I'm
that.
on a roll tonight.
You are, man. That's. I think the Sammy vibes are y'all are.
It's because I'm sober.
Well, I'm sorry.
That's painful, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, let me
It
fix
is what
that.
It is.
That's better.
I don't know.
So after high school, would we hang around? What
Yeah,
we do?
so I had convinced myself for a long time I was going to be a dentist. And
Yeah.
that did not. I was like, I'm going to be a dentist in Mississippi, and I dropped out the next day.
Yeah, man, you had a lot of work.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, it's sort of like a lot of work, but that kind of work, no, thank you.
HOT out, son.
I'm out.
Not happening. Oh, I know
Yeah,
what.
look at all these potential clients.
Right. Nah, man, I went and did the whole.
Canal, cavity
Yeah,
filling,
exactly. It's a racket, honestly.
Full set.
I agree.
But no, I went and did the whole college. I think I went to college and dropped out 3 times, and finally got I was like, okay, what do I have to do for a piece of paper, and get the hell out of here,
Yeah.
or whatever. So got a customer service degree.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, could you tell? Look at me.
Yeah, I mean, I'd buy whatever you're selling. I'm buying.
Yeah, I mean, that's it, man.
Let's do
Are
it.
you selling cocaine by any chance?
No, but I know a bear.
It sells itself, I hear.
Yeah, I know a shark that wants some.
Wow.
If y'all could hook that up, we'd appreciate it. Yeah, I went to college for like a month. I was like,
Yeah.
this sucks.
It's pretty awful.
Yeah, horrible. When'd you graduate? High school.
2012.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
How
man.
old are you? How old?
29 this month.
If you take the 18 that
Nope,
you
not
already
doing math.
graduate and you add 12 to it,
Easier to ask.
it'd make him almost 30.
Did you hear me try to talk to you earlier?
I did.
And I thought I had a stroke because I couldn't get words out. You think I could math?
Wow.
And I was really sober then.
Words are hard. Math is hard.
Man, golly, I'll just sit here and nobody talk. I'm just kidding.
Man, Travis graduated in 96.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, baby.
I think I was still slinging poo around there.
You probably were.
96, bro.
Yeah. So you got to see a lot of cool music though.
I did. I got to see Soundgarden in concert.
That's pretty bad.
I got to see the original line. I got to see Rage Against the Machine
Yeah.
in concert with Metallica
That's a
and
win.
Soundgarden.
That's a win.
Oh, yeah. And the Ramones.
Okay. Now you're just bragging.
Oh, yeah, I absolutely am.
Right.
Yeah.
And Prince.
Yeah.
Not the same concert, but
Right.
Yeah, that's when the music was. Me and him, we went to
Several.
Nickelback.
I'm a Nickelback fan, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, Creed too. While we're talking about it,
I saw Creed, and this is before he started doing dumb stuff on stage, and I enjoyed the show.
As far as a singer, he had a good voice. And my same thing with Nickelback. Nickelback's one of the best performances. I've seen him, 3 times? Bought tickets 5 times, seen him 3 times. Great performers. Excellent performances. just not my favorite band, like to pick up an album and listen to. But to see them live, they're
I mean,
great.
they sold how many platinum records?
No, I'm not saying.
You know, I mean, that's the thing. People hate on them. It's like
They can hate on them if they want to, but they did what they were supposed
But they
to
listen.
do.
If it comes on the radio, you listen.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I typically don't. If it's Leader of Men, I do, and that's
Leader
about
Man.
it.
That's it. That's the jam right there. Yeah, it's they do put on a good show. They play Four Horsemen live from a Metallica song. They play Sabbath True live, and you see that, you're like, oh, all right, these guys can get it because Chad Kroger's a great guitar player.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing. And about Creed, Mark Tremonti, the guitar player from them, he is phenomenal.
Oh, I thought y'all were talking about the Deftones again. They're a really popular band.
I've never heard of them.
Yeah.
Up and coming.
up and coming.
Up and coming,
yeah.
according to him.
Up and coming.
Yeah. Chino Marino, he's going to take over the rock world.
They were jamming out in '96 as well.
Yeah, they were.
They're making an up and coming.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
they're finally breaking through.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So when did we start getting into music?
man. When I was 19, I think I picked a guitar up for the first time. You know, my grandmother had a piano. I dabbled around a little bit my whole life, but really like actually trying to learn something. Probably 19. So I've been doing about 10 years. From 19 to like 23. I kind of just was like played in my living room.
Yeah.
You know. And I really would have never started gigging had a family friend was, you know, had a festival and, you know, she came to me and she had heard that I could sing a little bit and play a little bit. And she goes, "Oh, baby, you're playing Longwood this year." I said, "Thank you, but no thank you. You know, I'm just doing it as a hobby." She said, "Oh, I wasn't asking. I was telling you."
Oh, you got voluntold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
One of those. Bless his heart.
bless his heart. He don't know.
Lord love him.
Lord love him. That's a new one.
That's a Mississippi thing. Yeah.
Okay, we'll bring it up here.
Yeah.
It means the same thing.
It does.
Yeah. Well, I like Lord because people here be confused. Like, what?
Lord help him.
Yeah, same thing.
What? So you was about 19. What's the first song you learned to play?
Man, I don't even really remember. I'll be honest with you.
Smoke on the Water. It's everybody's first
I
song.
don't think it was. I think it was something like
You're not playing along.
like a five for fighting or something like that. One of those like, you know, four chords and
Five for Fighting. I heard that
I
name.
forgot all about Five for Fighting.
I did
until he
too.
said it.
yeah.
Wow.
I really think that might have been one of the first ones, you know, at least in the first 10 songs I learned.
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's my first song on the bass was "Smoke on the Water," but on the bass
It's open.
it's open E for about 20 minutes.
Right.
And doom, 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 doom,
Yeah.
doom, 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 doom,
And just
doom.
keep it rocking.
I'm like, well, this is boring. So I learned the guitar part on it, which
Right.
was still really simple, even for a
Yeah.
idiot like myself. Tooth, your first song,
With Smoke on the Water.
"Smoke on the Water," but
First song.
tell him what you had to do to get the guitar from your
Okay,
dad.
so my dad's deal was my grandfather bought me this guitar at his barbershop. That's always where you want to get
Right.
your guitars.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a hotbed place for that.
I'm telling you what. But this guy, he would pick up old beat up instruments and do
Yeah.
enough repairs to make them playable. So this had a couple BB gun holes in it.
Right.
Had a 16 penny nail as the bridge.
Had character.
Very much so.
Yeah.
And it was old enough that it didn't have the little tuning peg slot metal pieces. So the wood was bending away, so it stayed tuned for about one song.
Right.
You'd have to adjust
Tinker,
it.
yeah.
But he was like, if you'll learn to play Stairway, and it ended up being just the intro, but if you'll learn to play Stairway on this guitar, I'll buy you an electric guitar. So that was the deal. I had to
Right.
learn the
On that
opening
one.
and on that guitar, and I learned it. And showed him that I was, hey, look, here you go. Here's the intro to Stairway.
I've met my end of the deal.
And he got me a very nice marble paint job, Series 10, double humbucker, whammy bar, like full on, way beyond anything I was ready for.
Right.
But it was an awesome guitar, so he motivated me to keep going with it. I like to play. I don't play anymore, but I like to play.
You're
You
good.
should. It's a
Thank you. And that's the thing is he says this everywhere. I'm just, if he, and I know he don't have a lot of time. He has a different job now. So he's gone a lot.
right.
But when he plays, he's really good. And then when them two play together, when Bull gets something down and then he starts like a little bit of solo in action, it sounds wonderful, but he won't play. Need to play, man.
I need to play more. But I do enjoy it, and I'm very glad that I picked it up, and it's something fun to do. And when I do have the time to sit down, like Bull and I were doing for a while, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
To sit down and jam and to play. And I can't sing, and I don't care, but I will still sing. Sit down, play by a campfire.
Everybody
sing,
can, you know, sing.
and
Same girl, same.
it's pretty much awesome. Like it
Right.
always feels fun, and everybody always has a good time. So
Yeah. So need to play. I like to play.
I like to play.
Yeah. So was that that festival that you got voluntold?
Right.
Was that your first gig that you played?
It was that was my first, walking out in front of 1,100 of your closest friends, that whole deal, people I've grown up knowing my whole life.
Right.
And it was one of those things. I was never like a music person growing up. So all of a sudden I've been gone in, North Louisiana for college for 6 years, something like that.
Who let the dentist on stage?
right. And then I'm walking up on, and this was at the time, it's grown as a festival since. At the time, this was like a flatbed trailer.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Absolutely.
right. So I'm looking up there and they're kind of scratching their heads like, how's this going to go? And it went poorly. It went poorly.
That was my next question. Thank you.
No. I was so nervous. I want to say I took like 2 tequila shots and then immediately threw up backstage, aka behind the trailer. And then was like, all right, I guess
In the green room.
What was your dressing room like?
it was a lot of grass. Yeah.
And vomit.
Hey, wait a minute. I like grass.
Wrong grass.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, wrong grass. It's fine. Man, so it went poorly.
Well, I say poorly. It was
Obviously not poorly enough to keep you from doing it again.
right. Well, that's the whole thing. It went. In hindsight, I'm like, man, that was bad. But at the time, I guess you have the jitters. I mean, y'all all play, so you understand that first time you play in front of people, it's like that little half a second between the last note feels like an eternity. It's like, was it that bad? Are they gonna clap? You know what I mean? And then
I know is it's never as good when I'm in front of people as it is when I'm alone.
exactly.
Never.
I was laughing. I thought you were going to say like, and then that 50-year-old threw her panties on stage, and I was like,
No, but
my gosh, if this is what no practice gets me,
right.
imagine how far I can take this.
Exactly. But no, they
How
clap.
good do you have to be for them to be 25?
But yeah, from there, man, it was, I say that was probably the day I got bit by the bug.
Right.
Been
You
hooked
get
ever
up there,
since.
you get over the jitters, and
Right.
then you get some adrenaline.
Right. Then
And,
it's like,
and when you first come off stage, you're pumped.
right.
Because you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I just did that.
Exactly.
I did that. Okay. If I did it now, I can do it again. Like,
Exactly.
and you get pumped about it.
Right.
It's cool, man.
Did you go home and couldn't sleep for a day?
I mean, it wasn't like Meth Gator.
It wasn't like Meth Gator, but
I didn't know we were in Mississippi.
The first 3 hours, there were people on meth there, but on the first the first 3 hours, after that, it's kind of like riding that cloud.
What gave it away? Oh, man.
But I mean, I want to say
Was the whole crowd quiet? Like when you got on stage,
yeah,
they
it was
just
it was like you could have heard
so
a pin drop.
1,100 people just shushed.
Right,
just
and I've
for
never
you.
played in front of 10 people at this point. You know what I'm saying? So,
Sammy's on stage.
right, it's like I'm sure they were thinking this is gonna go one of two ways. This is gonna be
Sammy's on stage.
pretty much.
Put down the pipes.
That's it.
Yeah, because I know I've never played. I dabble at the bass, dabble. But I got to perform in front of 150 people doing something, and the adrenaline when I got done was.
Oh, it's addictive.
It was insane. I'm like, yep, I'm coming back next week and wrestle again. I'm going to do this. I'm going to blah, blah, blah.
I gave my meth to a gator that day. Yeah, I mean,
Oh, well, let me make this note. That adrenaline rush, if you could put that in a bottle.
it is the best drug on the planet.
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely. So when did we write our first song?
Honestly, I'd written some songs before, prior to that. But, it was one of those things. I was in my living room on my couch singing them to my cat. It was kind of like, what'd you think, Luna? And she's looking at me like it was pretty bad. But, I was like, walked out, went to her litter box. That's what I think of it.
Yeah, looking at you the whole time.
Right, like, are you picking up what I'm putting down?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd written a few, and then it's the process, man. It's you write one and you think it's good, and then years later you look back and I was like, man, that was kind of some hot trash that I thought was good at the time, and you develop as an artist, you develop as a musician, you develop as a writer, and you look back and I mean, I'd written a few, but it was probably when I started writing good songs,
Right.
I would say probably about 18 months after that.
Gotcha. So that's the one thing I never understood. Now, Tooth, he wrote a few songs when he was younger in Bull, and they've collaborated. And a good friend of ours, Craig Majors, he's written.
He's a songwriter.
I don't understand.
He's like a Springsteen or a Clapton. He just keeps writing songs.
I found one of his songs that he actually wrote for "Deface the Dream" written on a piece of paper in my house the other day. I don't understand the concept behind it. How do you get what's in your head onto paper and then it is the most beautiful, best art in the world is songwriting and singing the songs, but I just can't wrap my head around what space y'all are in when you're doing it. I just don't get it.
You know, honestly, I don't either.
Yeah.
Really, I mean, as far as like, if there was a formula, you know, I'd already followed that.
Right.
You know, I mean, I think that everybody's got their different methodology. I mean, you know, do you write the lick first? Do you write the words first? Do you write, you know what I'm saying?
How many times have we had this conversation?
Is it the
Tons.
melody or is it the rhyme? Which one came first? You know, so and I say I do both, but I mean, also like boredom drives a lot of my writing.
Right.
You know, it's like the other day I was sitting at the house and it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't even remember what I was doing that day, but I was sitting there and I was like, man, I think I'm gonna write one of those like Midwestern emo songs. I don't write that kind of music on a typical basis, you know.
Right.
But just got bored and was like, let me challenge myself in this direction. So I'm gonna get outside of my comfort zone a little bit, and you know, and that to me is a big.
So country western emo is where that took you.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'm just,
And you know, so I mean, for me, I guess a lot of times something I find myself doing right is like recently I've started watching movies and listening for like quotes that strike me, and then trying to write a song around that quote.
Oh, that's a good idea.
You know, just as a creative exercise kind of thing. Like this, you ever watch the show Louie?
Yeah, with Louis Anderson.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
you know that whole like where he's like talking about like the misery is wasted on the miserable clip. So like I listened to that and I was like, okay, let's write this Midwestern emo song about misery, you know. And it's like, so I wrote it and composed it and listened to it back the next morning and tweaked it a little bit, and now I've shelved it and will never listen to it again. You know,
But it's like an exercise.
yeah, right.
Yeah, I got you. Well, I don't know. I don't ever get it. Craig, you witnessed it. You lived with him for a while. He'd just sit down with a piece of paper and a pencil, and like 10 minutes later, hey Dick, grab your guitar, let's go. I'm gonna teach you, or grab your bass. I'm gonna teach you these bass lines. And he'd run through, do this, and this, and then the next thing we know, we're Facebook Live on a new song he just wrote.
Right.
I'm like, how did you do that? I do not.
ridiculous.
Well, it's also the people you surround yourself with too. I believe. I mean, I think you can definitely, once you're a writer, you can write.
His was whiskey and beer. It was usually Evan Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah, that helped him a lot. I don't understand.
You know, it's that lubricant, that creative lubricant.
Yeah, I don't.
Everybody needs something.
That's
it.
right. So speaking of that, so you got a guitar?
I do. Yeah, I got one out there.
Let's either grab that one. You can grab that one. You can grab that whatever one you want to get.
Yeah, I like her.
Is it in June?
I think it is. I think
It's got tunes on it.
Yeah.
I think it's in tune.
Would you mind playing a couple songs for us? For sure.
It's in tune enough. I don't need to pick.
He said I'm too good for all that. Just like you, bull.
All right, now normally when we have artists on, you play your originals. You can
Right.
play a couple, whatever you want to play. We just want to kind of show people like Saturday night or Friday night at Kubo. You're playing.
Yeah. I'm playing at Cuba Grill on Friday night. Rod's a buddy of mine down there.
Oh yeah, I saw Rodney today.
Yeah, and then I'll be at Common John on Saturday. Kind of just bounce around for a few days, man. Gonna probably go to the metropolis of Nashville for a couple hours.
Play Tootsies again.
Well, I might go pop in there and see what we can shake loose.
Heck yeah.
So,
The metropolis of Metropolis is way more fun than the metropolis of Nashville.
so just so you know, the act Friday night at Common John, if you can slide up and talk to those guys, they are one of the house bands of Tootsies.
Oh, no doubt.
Yep.
Yeah, so meeting up with the Huffers would be, and they start at 5, so they'll be up there for
You
what
mean
time
double
you get
shot?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll play at 6. I could probably swing through there
Yeah,
and
so
hang
you
out.
can swing through at 4 and meet those guys, and then I bet they'd be more than happy to invite you up on stage.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So there you go.
They
They're
party.
great. They're great dudes.
Yeah.
What kind of song? I write all kinds of weird shit. So what kind of song do y'all want to hear? Do you want to hear one that's like a angry F you? Do you want to hear one that's like a I hate my neighbors song? Like what do we want to?
What do you think, Tooth?
I like to hate neighbors.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
I don't want you to F me.
Again.
Yeah, let's see. Let's buy a house in the suburb. Fake grass and fake trees. I'll find a job that pays me decent. With PTO and sick leave. On Tuesday nights we'll cook tacos. Invite your mom to come and eat. A half smile in the kitchen while I fantasize about dying in my sleep. So unravel my loose ends and unshackle my chain and push me off the deep end. Well, Tim sure got a nice lawn, and Martha's flowers grew big. Guess Jamie's home for the weekend. Must be his turn with those two little brats. So unravel my loose ends and unshackle my chain and push me off the deep end. Therefore I blow out my, don't think that I'm ready. Going, babies, don't forget it's something that I'm forgetting. I hope that I don't regret it. Think that I'm going crazy, cause lately I've been debating to sleep in the bed or making or leave the train in the station. Got me too good at waiting, but running out of the patience. Grit my teeth while I'm smiling, I don't think that I can take it. Let up all the faking, I hope I can shake it so. Unravel my loose ends and unshackle my chains and push me off the deep end. 'Cause I'm uncomfortably plain. Let's buy a house in the suburb. Fake grass and fake trees.
That's awesome, bro.
Yeah, that's an unreleased song, man. I haven't put that out.
Yeah, was that a real, like a real thing, or we have some crappy neighbors?
You ever live next to people?
luckily, my neighbors are awesome.
Yeah, man. No, that was kind of one of those things, you know, like when you're having like that borderline mental breakdown where you just had enough of everybody's shit.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm
it was
with
one
you.
of those kind of deals, man. I was like, all right, I'm going to write a mental breakdown song. So that's what we ended up with, I guess.
Dude, I like
I
it.
love it. I love it.
Yeah, that was.
It's different, man. You know,
Yeah.
I'm trying to do something different. Trying to do something that's authentic, you know?
Yeah, when you play live, how many of your originals do you normally play? I've seen you play several times, but I can't remember. I was drinking.
It just depends on what the crowd wants to hear, man.
Right.
You know, you play those shows where they want it was like, man, play Free Bird. You know, like I always tell them, I got 2 free ones for you.
He
you know,
remembers me.
But you know, and then you get some where people ask for weird eclectic covers, and then you get, you know, those saving grace patrons that are like, play something you wrote, especially when you do a weird take on a cover song, and they're like, okay, so he does take some creative control over this. I bet he writes music.
Yeah.
And so then they ask, and you know, that's typically when I'll break them out. And you know, especially right now, I'm recording a record, so you know, so I've been playing a lot more of my original stuff and slipping it in,
Right.
and that whole deal. So I'm trying to get that out this summer. And
Well, and you do a phenomenal job of making covers even your own. You do.
I do my best.
Travis
man.
was telling me that earlier. I asked who the guest was, and he was telling me that's exactly how he described you. He said, man, he does a great thing about making his own twist on covers.
Well, and that's the thing, in my opinion, which it's coming from a very, very humble stance, is that if you're gonna don't play it like the record, man.
Yeah.
Like be yourself. Put your own stank on
Right.
it.
And I don't remember what cover it was because it was last summer at Common John. We were outside, and it was a banger. It was one of those songs that I personally loved. And you put a twist because when you started playing it, I'm like, that sounds like whatever song it was. And then you started singing it, and I'm like, no, that is it. And I was just like jamming out air guitar. I'm like, this is awesome. I don't remember, I wish I remember what cover it was, but I drank a lot.
Well, man, I appreciate that.
I don't. Yeah, that's how I always describe you to people because I haven't heard a lot of your original stuff. But I was like, when he does covers, it's him doing the cover. It's not him being the Eagles doing an Eagles song.
Right.
It's Sammy doing an Eagles song, which
Man, that's one thing I've done since I was a kid is I'm gonna do what I want. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna do it how I want too.
right.
You know?
Katie Anderson watching on the Facebook Live feed said he's really good. So
Thank you, Katie. Appreciate that.
So Katie, Friday night he's going to be at Kubo Grill starting at 6.
6 o'clock.
And then Common John Saturday night he'll be at 6.
That's
so
it, man.
y'all come check him out. He always has a good crowd when you play the Common John. But that's the only place I've seen you so far.
Yeah.
You played there 2 times, 3 times.
I've played there three or
Twice, well, at least twice by yourself, and once with your band,
4, and then once with Holly too.
and once with Holly. So
So, 4 times.
Yeah, because Holly was just here last month.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She actually just took the plunge. I want to say at the end of this month, she said she's not waiting until summertime. She's moving to Nashville.
She's moving to
Oh,
Nashville.
wow.
Yep.
And I want to tell you what, and again, I hear a lot of people, and so I really do my best to remember people.
I tried to tell you. I told you she was good, man.
But I mean, her doing backup with you, one thing, but her vocals, I mean, it was ridiculous.
It's like if Reba and Dolly's Love Child was willing to do alternative songs.
I swear to God, like Dolly
Okay.
Parton, eat your heart out. I mean,
when you played the last time at Common John, it was inside,
and Holly was with
that
him.
was okay.
That
Yes,
was back in November, I
Yep.
think. Yeah.
yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was. She is phenomenal. For
She's
sure.
fantastic.
Yeah, so
she'll be up around this area. I want to say she's moving her bed the end of this month, like last weekend of the month, something like that.
Yeah,
So-
because she said something like her rent was up in June or something like
Well, yeah,
that.
and she moved into like a interim spot, but she was just like, man, let's just go ahead and send it. And I was like, all right.
Well, plus
do
the
you.
plunge, she said that she had been very lucky to meet a really good group of writers up in Nashville as well. So
Yeah.
that sort of helped excite
Absolutely.
her from her our talk that she had.
well, good deal, man. I really wish that's bothered me. I don't remember what cover it was that you played,
What
but
was it like I remember you saying something about it too.
yeah, because we talked.
Shortly, like after I was on a break or something
Yeah.
like that.
Well, whatever it was, I mean, you play, because again, that's one of the fun things about Sammy when he plays, he breaks up the genre.
Yeah.
You know, like he brings a different genre, even your originals. Like your style,
Right.
like it's a really good shakeup at the brewery because I mean your vocal style, your playing style, and
Man, I try,
a lot of your song
you know?
style. You know,
And that's the good thing about
I try to tell people it's a variety show. They're like, "What kind of music do you play?" And I say all of it. And then they're like, "Okay, what kind of music do you play?" And I'm like, "Oh,
All of it.
yeah."
what part do you not understand?
Right. Cross buns, please.
If he busts it out right now, I'm ending the show.
I'm done. Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah, man.
Could you play Yankee Doodle, please?
And that's the good thing about being at the brewery is when these acts come in is, it seems like the crowd, especially the ownership, and Bull as well running the sound, they want you to play original music.
Yeah, they do. They're very
that's-
supportive of the art.
And that's the stuff like especially Tooth and I, we've been to several, I don't know how many concerts together. We've seen those bands play the song. That's cool.
We've even showed up at the same concert, not together.
Yeah.
Hey, we're together now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Didn't even know the other one was going.
Saw
Like,
each other on the interstate. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, I'll see you there.
Yeah.
That was that.
Yeah.
Right.
So we appreciate the original stuff. I know he does. I know everybody in this room for sure.
Can I say real quick, sorry, Travis, but I want to say, not only do it's how I appreciate it or why I appreciate it. I may not like every original song that I hear.
Right.
But, and you obviously do know this is a rhetorical question, but do you know the balls that it takes to write a song and then to sing it in front of anybody.
Man, so this is gonna sound kind of crazy, I'm about to say, but it's like that Anna Nalick song, "Breathe," right? 2 a.m., breathe, whatever which one you want to call it. That last line, she says, these words in my diary, screaming out loud, and I know that you'll use them however you want to. That's a very powerful lyric to me. I grew up riding around in my sister's 1988, Maxima, listening to her soundtracks, and that was one of the songs that was in there. So it's that's a very honest lyric, I believe, as far as what Anna Nalick put out there, is that you're bearing your soul to people.
Exact. Thank you. Most songwriters, true songwriters, are bearing their souls to people. Now, yes, there are the songwriters out there who are genuinely writing songs for dollars, and I get that. And
hey, go chase the bag, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's
nothing wrong with
plenty of pop or whatever you want to label it as, crafted or pre-crafted or whatever you want to call prefabricated songs, in my opinion.
Right.
But then there are songs, true songwriters who play and sing their songs. And just like you just said, they're bearing their souls to their fans or to people who aren't their fans.
I think a lot of it too. I mean, I'm sure you've heard the old, I say old saying, but where they talk about everyone wears 3 masks, right? It's the one you show to like the general public, then you have the one you have like with your friends and family, and then the one that you have with like your partner, right? But
that was leather.
But
normally has a gag.
Hey,
well,
whoa.
Like a ball gag?
But no one ever really
sometimes.
knows the true you ever. True. But I think that in writing music, it's almost like you're cracking a window and being like, "This is the real me."
This is the real me.
Yeah.
100%. So for me, that appreciation of, for lack of a better term, the risk they're taking,
vulnerability.
That is the respect, number one, for originals. The vulnerability that
as a
they're putting
writer, I
themselves
appreciate
through.
that.
Well, no, I mean, me and friend of the show, Amanda Morton, chasing photography.
Yesterday, yeah.
I mean, we were doing a breakdown of Boogie That Ho for me, and exactly
Listen, there are some songs that are made for mood.
Absolutely.
There are some songs that are made to talk to you, to speak to your soul, to heal, and just like you were saying with that last line, that's the beauty of music, is what a song does for me or teaches me or pulls me through
Might be totally different
for you,
right,
or for him.
The
or for her.
interpretation is left to the listener.
Absolutely.
Every time. That's 100% fact.
Even with the behind the musics or the story,
When they say, "Well, I wrote this about this,"
it doesn't matter.
my interpretation is still this.
What it is exactly. Thank you.
Yeah, because when I hear original song, like that one you just played about,
Shitty Neighbors.
Yeah. So in my mind, I already you said, let's go buy a house in the suburbs.
Right.
So I'm thinking of the movie The Burbs.
The Burbs.
That's where my mind went. So I went with characters that were in that movie. And I've had some bad neighbors in the past when I was a child. So I put them into to this movie, this scenario.
Yeah.
So when I hear original, that's where I go with it.
He builds it around his life.
Yes.
Well, and with that,
because that's how I
particular
relate.
Song, I made it a point to build the imagery.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To leave those pockets.
What I
to
loved
paint that
about it
picture.
is I instantly thought of Bull's neighbors that time.
Which ones?
You remember they were partying outside and you just wanted to be a fun neighbor too and maybe party with them.
Oh yeah, the story I shared.
And then they were like, F off, buddy.
They were not fun. They were not fun at all.
They didn't want you to come party
You
with them
showed
at
up
all.
with a 6-pack and they were like, "Get out of here."
Look, they were his next door neighbors.
They were partying in my backyard.
And they said, "Kick rocks, Bubba. Kick
Wow,
rocks."
that's bold.
It almost turned into an altercation. Like
Yeah.
it was. I wrote a whole
Furniture started
poem
to
about
move.
it.
You know,
I wrote
like
a poem about it.
with our buddy Lewis Bryce, when he sang the Summertime Vibe song, I'm on a pontoon boat cruising on the lake, crushing Mick Ultras, because that's what that's the beer you drink all day long. That's where I put myself. So I interject myself or what I think your song is about into that situation. I'm like,
because you can only draw from your personal experiences.
yeah, because they're stories
Or from other art that you've consumed.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the truth of it. You know, I mean, you don't see through anybody else's eyes but your own.
Right.
So I mean, you have to project that onto whatever medium is presented to you.
So just Travis was talking about me playing and not playing as often. So I've been telling several people this when it comes up. For me, when I was really playing a lot, like every day come home, I'm going to play for an hour, 2 hours.
Right.
Doesn't matter what day of the week it is. I'm making that time.
Right.
When I was in that mode, I was in a spot in life where I wasn't happy.
Yeah.
So that was my outlet.
Yeah, that was the thing
That
that
was where I got my
drug you
release.
through, yeah.
Right. Well, my wife recently brought up, "Hey, I wish you'd play. I miss hearing you play. I really enjoyed that. I wish you'd play more."
Right.
And I told her, "Hey, thank you for that. I appreciate that kind of motivation and support. That's great." I said, "But
You don't know how miserable I was when I was doing that.
here's why I don't play." And before I could tell her why, she said, "I think it's because you're happy." And I said, "I think you're right." I said, genuinely, I like to pick up my guitar and jam a song out and say, "Oh, I know how to play this."
Yeah.
But she used to give me a hard time because when I would really be playing and you could really see my emotion and see
Right.
that, she was like, "You always play sad stuff." And I was like, "That's what touches me. That's what I
Right.
feel the most. That's what I want to learn when I hear it. It's
Right.
something that touches me." And it's typically something that has a true, deeper meaning than
Right.
just your poppy little whatever.
Exactly.
So it's hard for me now, because I am happy,
Right.
to want to play.
I mean, I definitely understand
what I'm
that.
saying?
No, I
Like-
definitely relate to that. I mean,
So that's right back to what you're saying with the vulnerability and the self-expression and the opening the door to your soul or whatever.
Right.
It's, if I was to sit down and start writing again,
Mm-hmm.
it tends to come out in a more sad,
right.
and
You have to get back into that vein. Yeah. I
like,
mean,
you know what I'm saying? And I haven't found, there's lots of music that picks me up and makes me happy and I
Right.
love to jam out to,
Right.
but I haven't found anything on that level that I enjoy to play. That
Yeah.
I get the same feeling from playing as I do when I am emotionally attached to a song.
well,
So
I mean,
it's
just talking about like the where your head's at in relation to how you feel about music and how you play or don't play. I mean, I quit drinking back in September, and for 4 months, I don't think, maybe I say 4 months, probably 2.5, 3 months, I didn't write anything, you know, because it was just like I was more focused on that like between the ears stuff, you know, like working on figuring out how to like run social situations without that social lubricant and
Right.
without, you know, just basically relearning how to go like play music in bars without being like, well, I'll have a whiskey before, you know, before the set kind of thing.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's
without feeling like you needed something to loosen you up.
right, you know. So and it took a minute to get to that adjustment point, but then, you know, I realized the same thing about, you know, my headspace a lot of times when I would write, and it was almost like learning how to walk again, you know, as far as that, you know, like I said, it's, but yes, I completely agree with you as far as like headspace of, you know, a certain place you get when you feel the most artistic expression, you know, and then sometimes you got to learn how to rewire that and go in, you know. A friend of mine, Stephen Wade Scott, said that there's songs he wrote after his divorce that he doesn't connect with anymore because he's not angry anymore, he's not sad anymore, whatever. And he said the way he has to translate that into his mind is now when he plays a show in which he's going to play those songs, it's like putting on a play. And so he has to play the role of the sad
Wow.
Stephen in order, he has to get into character to play that song.
That's so,
Well, Tyler Childers, I mean, he basically comes out and yells at everybody, and he's like, "Look, I'm not going to play the songs you guys want to hear because I'm done with that part of my life." Even though those were the songs that made him big.
I'm probably going to misquote the band, but I think it might have been System of a Down. It could have been Surge. I can't remember for sure. System of a Down or Godsmack or something along those lines. There was an interview, and it was, "Why aren't you putting out new music?" And the answer is, "I'm not mad anymore. I'm
Right.
not angry. So it's hard for me to write what was popular, what made
What
made
I
our
am writing
success.
is not that.
And I'm not angry now. So that's what's going on.
mean,
and
you
that
look-
makes sense.
Yeah, you look at a lot of the artists. I mean, and I'm a huge Foo Fighters fan, you know,
Huge.
but
Foo
I'm
Fighters.
I'm not a fan of. I'll say this, and I know Taylor Hawkins, R.I.P., but I didn't really like the last two records,
Right.
you know. But there again, as an artist, I have to remember that they changed since those songs came out 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're not the same people. And, you know, they're writing different music. So if you want to truly support that artist, you have to support the changes in their style.
Yeah. That's,
Travis is an absolute prime example of that, and I'm going to be really honest here. Travis has never wavered from Metallica. That is his. If somebody asks me, what's Travis's favorite band, I'm going to say Metallica, even if that's
Right.
the wrong answer. That's what I believe is his favorite band. That being said, Travis has never once, like the rest of us, said, "Oh, well, that album was weak," or "They need to get back to
Right.
this." He has said, "Nope, I like this. Nope, I like this. Nope, this even has good stuff on it." And I am owning the fact that there's at least 3 albums in the middle there that I'm like, I don't want.
Right.
There's maybe 1 or 2 songs, but
Load,
to
Reload,
me,
St. Anger.
Well,
yeah, there you go. You got all 3 of them right there in a row. That being said, however, I never stopped respecting Metallica,
Right.
what they did for
Exactly.
music and for that genre, and I still respect them now. I like when Death Magnetic came out. I really,
Yeah.
So, but to what you're saying, Travis has never once, not once, said a bad thing about any album they've put out, and he likes them all. And like you said, to be a true fan, you've got to
Exactly.
support that artist in
And their
all
journey.
of their endeavors.
Right. You know, I mean, think back to when, I mean, y'all remember, but you bought one record a month. You didn't have access to millions of records. You know what I'm saying? You would go buy a CD when it came out.
You may not know about us. We had a thing called Columbia House.
you know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
So you go through there and like at that point, when I was growing up and you would buy the CD, it was like, well, that's the only record I can buy this month. So I'm gonna learn to like all the songs on it, and I'm gonna learn to appreciate the songs on it.
Yeah.
And also, you didn't skip around on a whole lot because it would scratch the CD. You know, so you would just listen to it straight through to keep from scratching, so you could listen to it 400 times instead of 300 times.
Exactly.
You know, and so that was, that whole thing. I think that may have shaped my generation of the, as far as that. I'm still one of those people that wants to listen to the record start to finish.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the whole singles game. I don't.
So interestingly enough, it's last month. Let's say last month, I had a theme for Music of the Week, and I had decided that each week that month I was going to pick a song from my past,
Right.
from a band that song you could pick up that whole album and listen to start to finish. That was my theme, and I'm much like you. I'm not going to try to lie to you and tell you that was successful with every album I've ever bought.
Right.
But I did just like you. When I bought one, I listened to it from start to finish.
Right.
If there was a song on there that I didn't like, I
Still listen to it.
I would still listen to it typically. Now, on the rare occasion, there's 1 or 2 that's like, I'm just not listening to that song. I hate it.
I like to call them the bridge songs. You know what I mean? The ones that it's like you get up here. I mean, because you're thinking about dynamics in music, right?
Yeah.
So it's also the choreographing of a record where it's like, where do you put what songs to tell the story you're trying to say? Well, you can't just be at 10 the whole time. So sometimes you start at like 4, work your way up to about a 7, and you get back down to about a 5, and then their next song's like an 8, and they're doing this. Maybe they stay at 8, 9 for a minute, they drop back down to 2, and they do the piano song.
Take you on that journey.
Yeah, exactly. They take you on the roller coaster ride. So a lot of you have to appreciate what the song's purpose is on that record.
Right.
Yeah.
And why it's there. And that
Now,
whole
there
deal.
are still records out there that suck.
Yeah, absolutely. No doubt.
Yeah, and that's what I do. Like when I listen to a new album, is I treat it as a story.
Right.
You're gonna have your ups and downs, your crescendos. You're gonna come back down, and you're gonna bam. You're going in with a bang.
Right.
To me, that's how I kind of, because some artists actually do it that way.
Yeah,
They'll
absolutely.
kinda-
They paint it for it.
Right.
I mean, albums were always pre-2000. They were built. They were produced to tell a
concept
story.
albums. I love
Right.
concept albums.
And that's
because
actually what the record I'm working on is a 10-track concept.
Yeah,
That's what I'm doing right now.
love that stuff, man. Well, speaking of that, what else you gonna play for us,
Man,
Let's,
all
let's
right,
do
so
another one.
Let's do another one. All right. So this one's called, that last one was called Unravel. This one's called It's Just Me. It's like that, I guess you'd call like a very much a hey, how you doing phone call. You know?
Okay.
So let me see if I can remember how it starts. It's just me. I only called to see how you been. Well, how's your mom and your shitty friends? Even the ones that hated me for nothing. I just called to say hello. My head is high but I'm feeling low. You hated me, you hated me for nothing, nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. And trust me, I didn't think I'd hear your voice. But love's a game and it's not a choice. But you hated me, and you hated me for nothing. You were just on my mind. A waste of time in the days gone by. But you hated me. You hated me. For nothing, nothing, oh. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. It's just me. I only called to see how you been. Well, how's your mom and those shitty friends? Even the ones that hated me. For nothing. I just called to say goodbye. My head is low, but I'm feeling high. 'Cause you hated me, and you hate to see that you're nothing, nothing at all.
That has very much like a Frey vibe to me, and I love it.
Thank you, man.
I love it.
Yeah, I wrote that with my buddy Wyatt Bratty. He's actually a drummer by trade, but he plays for the JT McCaffrey band. They're another up and coming band from Mississippi, and he and I wrote that one together. So it was
I dug it, man.
I appreciate that, man.
2 for 2.
Yeah, yeah, man.
for
I'll
two.
take it, man.
Doing great.
Means I get to shit the bed on one, right? If
Well,
we're talking about baseball odds, that mean I'd be a legend.
you would be a Hall of Fame right there, man.
Right.
All right, guys, we're going to shift gears here. We got to talk about the Common John update this weekend. Little something going on tomorrow night there, Bull.
Well, there could be some happenings.
Yeah, what's happening
as
tomorrow
Larry
night?
Rigman would say, we had an iron in the fire.
Irons in the fire. What irons we got in the fire, Bubba?
So tomorrow we are having a St. Patrick's Day party on the patio.
Party on the patio.
Party people.
Yep.
Party on the patio.
And so it's it's going to be a phenomenal day. Double Shot's going to start. They're going to play from 5 till 8. Or 5 till 9, actually. They're going to play from 5 till 9. We've got 2 different choices of green alcohol. We have Leprechaun's Milk.
Wow. Is that what's at the end of the rainbow?
I don't know what had to get pulled in order to make that happen.
How do you milk a
There were
leprechaun?
strings.
I don't know, but
How do you milk a leprechaun?
Get out of my head.
Have you ever been dehydrated and took a leak? A pot of gold? Come on, man.
So we'll have Leprechaun's Milk, and then Derek and them
guy.
been working on it, which has a straight and narrow base. And then we will be moving on. They got a sour that they're going to be rolling out, and then also we got
After
a
me, Lucky
giveaway
Charms.
that's going to be valued at between $800 and $900. So it'll be a Common John cooler full of cool little trinkets from Common John, some Common John beer, as well as some other local things for you to shop around locally. So you'll come in. We've been handing out tickets, started handing them out Wednesday night at Singo, handed some out tonight.
Are we eligible to win?
We are eligible to win. Anybody is that can get a ticket. And then from that ticket, I'm not going to give away what we'll do, but we will begin the drawing process at 8 p.m. tomorrow night.
So
And
it's
so-
a raffle?
It is not a raffle. It's you're going for a magic key.
Oh.
Yeah, we're going for a magic key.
I got a bunch of keys.
Yeah, because I guess there's something with leprechauns and keys. I don't
Sometimes
know.
I just use my debit
I
card.
have not.
If you don't have the key, you can't get the milk. I know that.
There we go.
That's exactly right.
But yeah, no, it's going to be a great time. And then, of course, we're super excited for Sammy to be playing on Saturday night.
Absolutely.
So we got a really great weekend lined up.
Man, I'm excited to be back.
Yeah, man, we're excited that you're going to be back at Common John. We can hear you, but you will be there at Kubo Grill tomorrow night at 6 o'clock.
That's right, man.
Don't forget Sunday at Common John Brewing Company. We also have poker at 2 and 4 p.m. Get some. It is in the rear of the building. Get some great crowds there. The past 6 months. Good crowds. So you're going to check them out. And don't forget, guys, if you got any CBD needs, go see our good buddy Joel at the Green Bud Lounge. Any questions, he would love to answer them for you.
I got one. Where's that at?
It is on, I'll tell you that address, 714 Hillsborough Boulevard.
714.
It's beside the Sonic.
Yeah, I put it in my photographic memory.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's right beside the Sonic.
I got
And you
pornographic.
can't miss the Sonic.
Oh, I know about Sonic, man.
Yeah.
Them roller skates are the best.
Oh, she closed right now.
Right now, she is closed. They're doing renovations.
24.
Did you
That's
know
only
that
because they're getting better.
our Manchester Sonic is the busiest Sonic. I can't do the statistic properly, but it's busier than like
All of
The
them.
other ones.
Yes.
several in the state.
Yeah, the drinks. I heard. We talked about the stat of the drinks at our Sonic.
Way better.
It's ridiculous at the number of drinks they pump
But-
out of there.
Point
Really
is,
rub it in that I can't have one, guys. I appreciate that.
point is next door is Green Bud Lounge.
Right.
Go see Joel. He is very knowledgeable. He wants to help.
Joel, I'm coming to see you.
And he's got, listen, man, they've got some really good stuff going on in that
Yeah.
shop. You can $5 dab hits right there in the shop.
Wow.
Yeah. So listen, if you have some aches, pains, inflammation, check out the Magic Stick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Legit.
My grandmother is 89 and she got it and it helped her. So go do that. And if Joel's not there, his staff is completely knowledgeable. They will help you because Joel has taught them. So go see them there. 714 Hillsborough Boulevard, Green Bud Lounge. All right, guys, we're going to jump right into lunchtime theater. Eli's not here. He's wrestling with the weather again, and he's going to he's doing some training this weekend for his work. So he's going to wrestle some weather for us up in East Tennessee. So Tooth is going to be gracious and take over lunchtime theater this week. Tooth, what do you got for us, buddy?
Listen, you guys, I have a show you can find on Apple TV. It is called Shrinking. It stars Jason Segel. You guys may remember him from How I Met Your Mother. He played Marshall. And it stars Harrison Ford. And you guys may know him as Han Solo or Indiana Jones.
Does it star cold weather?
Indy. But the show is super, super great. Premise basically is a dad who's lost his wife. He is a therapist, and what his day-to-day life is like after losing his wife and rebuilding a relationship with his daughter and finding a new purpose in his job and being reinvigorated to do a good job as a therapist. And so far, I think it's 8 episodes in. Tomorrow, Friday nights, they release new episodes, and it is just phenomenal. It is heartwarming. It is funny. It's just a good cast. They play well with each other, and I think it's a great show for anyone out there looking for something to binge. Like I said, there's eight episodes, but be 9 by tomorrow. So check out Shrinking.
Shrinkage.
And also, I was telling Travis, I think Hulu has released it. Unprisoned came out this week. It's got Kerry Washington. I'll never remember the guy's name, but he was the cop in the remake of Gone in 60 Seconds.
With Nicolas Cage.
And he is an excellent actor as well. I really like him. Been in several movies. But the premise of that is Kerry Washington is a very well-to-do, got her stuff together kind of working girl, and her dad gets out of prison, and it kind of is their relationship going forward. I also think it's funny, cute, and heartwarming. It's worth a watch. So
Delroy Lindo.
Delroy Lindo, that is correct.
I love Delroy Lindo.
Yeah, Delroy Lindo.
Yeah.
So check out Shrinking and check out Unprisoned.
Unprisoned. That's on the Apple TV and the Hulu.
Correct.
All right, good stuff, man. Appreciate that. Filling in for Eli. You know, you always got his back, and he's wrestling the weather for us.
I do what I can for him.
I hope he wrestles that weather for tomorrow. I think by the time we get the patio kicked off, it's gonna
be moved on out.
Be moved on out. We're gonna party.
3-4 o'clock tomorrow. We're supposed to be dry.
Man, we're gonna be good.
Yep.
Just hope it's warm enough we'll be outside. So, Tooth, music of the week. What do we got? You had a banger last week with Matt Mason, man.
Listen, was that not a great song?
That
Cut
was, and you love some Matt Mason.
Have you listened to Matt Mason at all?
Oh, man, Bank on the Funeral is a great record.
Okay, thank you very much. So we recently
He's on tour right now, isn't he? I believe.
we saw him. Was it a couple months back? I took Elise and Lexus, my twins, and my wife, and our friend Summer. I turned her on to Matt Mason couple years ago. Really, it was like when Hallucinogenics came out.
Right.
I turned her on to Matt Mason. So anyway, he came to, was it Marathon Music Works? I had never been there before. Did an excellent show. I love him. He sounds just as good in real life as he does
So
on
you
the
say
record.
he sounds like you put the CD in.
That's key to me.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Now, I really do enjoy hearing a live artist do a twist on their own song, so you can tell, oh, well, this is not
Right. This is not the record
lip-syncing.
cut.
It's not
Yeah.
the record cut. But at the same time, it's important for me for that artist to sound the way they sound on the record.
But it is also really cool when you are wondering, like, are they lip singing? And then they cough.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then you're like, they're not.
They're
Okay.
not. Yeah, it's totally great. So he did an excellent show. He had a guy open for him named Steinza, and Steinza did an excellent show as well. There was a song called Temporary Tattoos that I fell in love with, and I made it Music of the Week that week.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm a big Matt Mason fan. He did some stuff during the pandemic. He's done some stuff with a thing called User X. I don't know if you followed any of that.
No, I haven't.
So User X, there's some rapping going on as well. He's got
Okay.
some people collaborating with
So
him.
he's doing some genre bending.
Yeah, man, but it's still Matt Mason. You can
Right.
totally still feel the passion of his music. It's just it's a storytelling kind of music, in my
Yeah.
opinion. So, thank you for saying that.
Yeah,
Last
man,
week's cut
it
was
was a killer
phenomenal.
song. Man. Loved it.
This week, I'm going a little different. I found this song on a metal channel. Granted, this is not the heaviest metal you've ever listened to. It's really more of a rock song, in my opinion. But it's called Bang Bang. And it's really it is kind of an angry, lyrics wise, it's very angry sounding because she's basically talking about wanting to kill this dude.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She wants him dead.
Kind of violent, huh?
Nessa Barrett is the artist. Bang Bang is the song. You can find it on Spotify. You can find it as of right now. I'm adding it to Toothpicks. That is what I'm doing.
How
as
do they
we
find
speak.
toothpicks?
If you go to Spotify and you use your search engine and type in Everyday Joe, it'll pop up Toothpicks right off the bat. Yeah. And each Thursday I add a song. So if you like Toothpicks, every Thursday when I add one, you'll have an extra song on your list.
And how many songs we up to now? Can you tell me that?
Let's see. Toothpicks is at. Oh wow. It's gone.
She gone.
There she is. There's 14 hours and 5 minutes worth of music. So
That's a lot of music.
I'm not
That is a
sure
lot of
how many
music.
songs, but it's
Is it exclusive to Spotify?
unfortunately it is exclusive to Spotify currently. I wish there was something. I'm sure there is something. I just haven't figured it out
You
yet.
guys have worked out one of those Joe Rogan deals, huh?
Yeah, we wish. Yeah, Garth, we're still on the air.
Garth, we're on the air. But Nessa Barrett, Bang Bang. Like I said, it's a little heavier than what
I liked it.
I want
thought
to
it was
say
really good.
this. You guys have always said about how eclectic my taste in music is, much like
It's all over the place.
Bradley
awesome.
Ramsey, and I think that is key to being a true music lover.
Yeah.
You can't just like one thing.
Right.
But in saying that, I have noticed a lot of Toothpicks seem to lean towards one kind of genre, more or less. And to me, that is it's to meet the masses.
Yeah.
It's to be approved by large groups
Right.
and not, genre followers.
Yeah.
So this week's song, in comparison to the majority of them, is definitely a little different.
Well,
But it's rock and roll.
yeah, the only thing, like, I agree with you saying, the only genre that to me that I see Toothpicks being on is like, it's more not.
It's indie.
It's indie stuff. It's stuff
Yeah.
you haven't heard of because that's what Tooth's all about. And
Underground.
yeah, and Bull's the same way. Is finding music that you haven't heard of yet. Just to go, hey man,
Right.
this like St. Paul and Broken Bones, never heard of them before until Tooth, and now I'm like, holy,
Something I do
cow.
to find stuff I've never found before. This is an incredible exercise you should try. All right, so like I found this chick out of New York, Heather Maloney, like this. I'll think of like something like as a writer, like what I would call a song, like an imaginary song title, right? And I think, okay, I'm gonna type this in and see what pops up.
Dude, that's genius.
That is clever.
Yeah, and so I typed in one day. I was thinking about like what's another way to say $1, and so I typed in 100 pennies, and Heather Maloney popped up, and now I'm a super Heather Maloney fan.
That's
That is-
awesome.
that's-
That's awesome.
That is
Yeah.
very smart.
and I
dude.
do that a lot. I found clay pigeons that way. you know, because I typed in American Pipe Dream, and their song American Pipe Dream popped in, and I became an instant fan of Clay Pigeons.
Wow. Dude, see, I didn't even think of that.
That's a really clever idea.
Yeah.
So something I have found as I've gotten older, and now I'm not a songwriter either. Not like you.
Sure you are.
Not like you. So I feel like if you're in the business and that's what you do, that you're gonna not find that you have this same problem that normal folk have. But as I've gotten older, I have found it is more work to be in the know on music than it was when I was younger. It seemed like when I was younger, it just was always flooding coming at me. Somebody was telling me this. Somebody was telling me this.
What was hot was what was on the radio, and that was it.
Well, there was that, but I mean, I guess there was a lot more in my surrounding group of underground followers, and I would hear about things. But as I've gotten older, if I don't work to keep up with that stuff, I don't keep up with that stuff. But having daughters that are in their 20s and having a 17-year-old daughter has helped drastically, because especially the twins and I have very similar taste in music.
So are they like your music dealer now?
Yes, they will deal me songs on the regular.
Yeah.
There are so many toothpicks.
Everybody should have a music dealer
that are from my dealers. And I have a couple, interesting, like Jonathan Smith.
Well, I mean, think about anything else. You got a couple. Somebody's not going to answer occasionally.
You're the song plug, man.
Yeah. So, you know, I've one person in particular, I always send you new music when I hear it and think of you. Like, there's one person in my life that sends me, and that's all. There is no other conversations that we have ever had.
Right.
This person will send me songs that they think I will like, and I will do the same. And that is our correspondence.
Yeah.
I think everybody should have friends like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's, especially if you are a music lover. I mean, I discovered David Ramirez that way. A friend of mine sent me the Fables record, and I was like, this is amazing. So then I did a deep dive on his other 5 records, you know, and became a David Ramirez fan that way.
That's cool.
Yeah, man.
The Night Stalker?
That's Richard. Richard Ramirez. Oh, it's close. His brother.
Yeah.
His brother.
They're brothers, cousins, something like that.
That's a lot to talk about.
And like, before we move on, Tooth and his music of the week, the Toothpicks. He called Lil Nas X about 6 weeks before it hit number 1.
No doubt.
He's like, check out Old Town Road.
Look,
We're
this
like,
song came out, and
whatever.
I come in here and I'm trying to get them to listen. I'm like, look, I'm not saying, and I said this quote, I'm not telling you guys to listen to this because I like this song and I'm going to be jamming it.
But you wanted somebody to know that you called it.
Telling you guys to listen to this song because this is about to be huge. You mark my words.
Was that before it got Cyrused?
Yes.
Yeah.
Way before Cyrus was even part of it.
Yeah.
I was like, y'all listen to this. This is going to be huge. And I remember clearly while I was saying that, everybody was still talking and not really paying attention. And it was no big deal to me. No big deal. I put it aside. But then it wasn't 3 weeks later.
Yeah.
A person that used to be on the show brings up this song. And I was like, where were you 3 weeks ago? Oh, yeah, you did bring that up. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
And then another 3 weeks went by and it's all you heard on the radio every time you turned around.
It was unreal.
And then another 3 weeks went by and Billy Ray Cyrus is involved. And I'm like, called it. And that's happened on, what, 2 or 3 songs I've called?
At least.
You've done at least 3.
Put them on the list just because, hey, this is going to be big and people are going to love it, even if I don't.
Right. Playing some song roulette.
Yeah, it's unbelievable how he can call it. So it's kudos to you, sir. But
it's like Rick Rubin. If you talk to Rick Rubin, he'll tell you to your face, I have no music talent, no music ability.
But you got an ear.
But he knows what people
knows what people will like.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. All right, guys. Press Box 11 update. Not much to update. I'm solely pretty much by myself now. Had to change up a few things with some recipes and whatnot. Got them figured out. Kind of. Got some pork roasting. Had the Cuban back tomorrow. Got the Fabio is back. Got the spinach in. Looking forward to a really good weekend at Common John. Have a food truck at Common John now.
Oh yeah,
Press Box 11 sandwiches and burgers, baby.
That's new to me.
Yeah. We've been there about 5 weeks.
Fantastic.
Yeah, next week will be 6.
I will be eating there.
Yeah, it's
Killer food.
Pretty good. They don't
effing suck. That's what I was fixing to say. So one night on the radio, I'm passionate about sandwiches.
He loves sandwiches. He gave me the idea, really.
I got a little passionate about sandwiches with Travis, and I said, look, man, basically people love you. You've got a big following on the show, and people know who you are, and it's a small town. And everybody knows Travis Reed. So all you really have to do is just not. And I was so passionate that I said the word.
Yeah.
And knowing better,
Right.
just don't effing suck.
Yeah.
And so far, I've had 3 different sandwiches. I've had the hamburger and 2 sandwiches.
So there's been no effing suck.
And they've
so
not
far.
effing sucked. And all these people that keep talking about some of these sandwiches, they also say they don't effing suck.
So,
So,
we're trying. Just bear with me this weekend. I'm doing my best. My daughter's been helping me this week. She's been on spring break. She's been spending. I made these Texas tornadoes. Take a full potato, put it on a stick, spiral cut it, deep fry it. I put beer cheese on it, made with Common John beer, bacon topping, green onion, and sour cream, and our homemade Ninja Dust. Put that on there, and it's fire. Complete fire.
it'll make you smack your mom in the mouth.
Right in the square in the mouth.
Man.
I'm telling you. So, yeah, and also, guys, here in a couple weeks, we're going to have some new menu items. Some stuff may be going away, but the ones that are replacing it are really close to it. Some of your favorites are not going to be leaving for sure after a little deliberation with the board. Me.
Did you run it by HR first?
No, man, HR can kiss.
He fired HR second day.
HR can suck it. I'm out.
That is incredible.
HOT out, man.
Part of being a private business owner is you can tell HR to F off.
That's right.
Absolutely.
I'm telling myself that.
Yeah.
And then I can
Just do the whole chair spin. come
Yeah,
back
oh,
yourself.
yeah,
He
absolutely.
wrote himself up the other day for being late, though. It was weird.
Yeah, it was total weird. I didn't know how
How many
to
of those
act.
demerits do you get
7.
so far?
And then it starts over.
Well, I've
right?
got
It's
mine
like a
starts.
credit-
Yeah,
it's
mine,
like a credit report.
mine starts over every at the end of the week. I'm like, oh, well, you're good now. All right, cool. So we got some cool new menu items coming up. We're gonna do some do our takes, my take on a few different popular national sandwiches. We're gonna do our twist on it. I got the final recipe this afternoon to kind of imitate things, make it better. So it's gonna be good.
So
I'm
it's like
excited.
doing a cover with a twist.
It is like it's a cover sandwich.
That is amazing.
Cover
Perfect.
sandwiches.
That's
The
it.
cover.
Cover
You gotta,
me.
you gotta have a whole list
Yeah.
of cover sandwiches.
Yes,
I'll
absolutely.
take bologna and salami. Cover me. Yeah, see, cover me.
Somebody earlier asked if you could sing Lunch Lady.
Now that
I didn't go.
lady lamb.
Yeah, we'll
Adam Sandler's
definitely.
my favorite, man.
Because a lot of our
Are you a big fan of medium pace? I'm a big fan of medium pace.
a lot of our sandwiches have like music, movies, sports,
Right.
names. So we're gonna have a cover sandwich.
That's awesome.
sandwich.
Cover
I like it.
sandwiches.
Hey, good
Fantastic.
call, sir. All right, so that's where we're at. Pressbox 11. Appreciate all you guys' support. The final voting for Manchester's Finest is live, so if you could vote every day for me, I'd appreciate it. We are in 3 categories: best sandwich, best burger, and best food truck in Manchester. If I win, cool. If I don't, cool.
As long as you guys still keep coming and buying sandwiches, we're golden.
I'm just happy to be in the conversation with some of these other businesses, like Finest Burger. You got like us, Kubo, and like Jiffy Burger. To be in a category with Jiffy Burger, where you're in town. Have you ate Jiffy Burger?
I haven't had Jiffy Burger yet.
Jimmy Buffett rated like his number 3 burger, like in Tennessee.
And he wrote a song about cheeseburgers in paradise. So if Jimmy Buffett says it's good, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
I mean, they're not my competition because Jiffy Burger is Jiffy Burger.
Lettuce and tomato.
They have fantastic burgers.
Yeah.
Hands down.
It's
I
so
like the
good.
grilled burgers there. And the only difference is it comes on Texas toast instead of a hamburger bun.
And it's got 8 pounds of butter on it, and it
is
runs down
how
your
a
arm.
Burger. That was the first burger I ever had. Was on white bread.
Yeah, son. It's light
The
bread.
grease
Is
runs
it?
down your arm. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, it's so
If it
good.
doesn't drip off my elbow, I don't want it.
Well, we're done. They're really good for us being the food truck category with Crazy Daisies has been around for a while, and Ola Verde, it's a Mexican food truck. They got these burrito sandwiches or tacos that are not on the menu.
People have bragged about them since they started.
They're
Dude, y'all are gonna
fantastic.
make me go like diabetic shock or something this weekend. Man.
And also best sandwiches in there with Crazy Daisies as well. It's just, I'm just excited to be mentioned with those people. You know what I mean? That to me, that just if I win, cool. If I don't win, I'm just as cool just to be mentioned with those people.
It's just so good to be nominated.
It really is. Honestly, not even 6 weeks in and we're already nominated for it. I'm cool with that, man.
It's like those football players after the game. It's like,
Man.
well, we just really, we pulled together as a team, and
Man, defense really showed up.
yeah.
I wish Eli was here to do his NASCAR.
He does a good one.
He does a really good NASCAR interview. It's so great. But yeah, so y'all vote every day so I can win, please.
We like winners.
Pretty please. I like winners. All right, so Sammy, we got a couple questions for you
Lay it on me,
before
man.
we get another song out of you, hopefully.
Okay.
So this first one, any celebrity, living or dead, that you would like to hang out with? Gotta be a celebrity. Can't be your cat from 20 years ago.
I'd like to update the question.
Okay.
May I?
Sure.
So we've used hangout in the past.
Right.
I'm going to specify.
Okay.
Have lunch with.
Have lunch with.
Okay.
Because think
I like
about
that.
a lunch,
I like that.
a true lunch
Any
sharing.
celebrity, and we're talking about all facets of celebrity status. That's tough.
No, music, movies.
If more than 15 people will know who they are,
Yeah.
and they made a living off
So
of it.
Right.
you can't count me because
Right. Okay.
only 14 people know
well,
me.
right. Eight
Let me
was
think.
the highest,
No, man. Honestly, I'm gonna go Adam Sandler.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I like that.
First time we've had that
Yep,
answer.
that is. I'm actually recording it in the
Oh, you're leaving,
annals
like,
of
tallies
time
and
here.
whatnot? Yeah.
So
Keeping the minutes.
we ask these questions to all of our guests, and sometimes we'll revamp our own and re-ask. And for 8 years, my answer has been Jim Morrison. This week, I don't know why, but I really think Paul Rudd would be an excellent lunch date.
Love that guy.
I think he would be fun to talk to pick his brain on life and his experiences, and I just really think he would be an excellent lunch date. Paul Rudd.
I love that guy. He's one.
That's a solid pick.
We had a question a few weeks ago that what celebrity would you want to put in a bubble? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Besides,
Betty
like,
White.
Bubble Boy.
Yeah, not him. Yeah, John Travolta. Yeah, we put John Travolta in a bubble. But like Betty White, we need to put her in a bubble. He killed her.
I killed Betty White.
Yeah, the day she died, he was like, man, she's almost
No. She was on the news before she died.
Let me tell the lie.
Okay.
No, go ahead. Tell the truth.
She was on the news before she died. They were already talking about how they were planning her birthday party.
Right.
I saw it on like GMA. They were talking about, oh, Betty White's birthday party's coming up. And I thought to myself in this moment,
jinxing it, man.
I was like, wouldn't it be messed up if she didn't make it? And I think it was like 4 or 5. It was like literally less than a 7-day week.
Yeah.
I said, man, wouldn't it be wild if they're doing all this and then she didn't make it to that birthday? And then sure enough, it was like the next day she
Right.
died.
He killed her.
And I was like, I just killed Betty White. Like, how did this happen?
Well, what celebrity do you want to hang out with? Is it still the same?
I don't even remember who it was.
I don't either. I was hoping you did.
I don't know. No clue.
Well, who you got today?
Pretty sure it was like Rafi the last time, wasn't it?
Rafi?
Yeah, I thought you said Rafi.
I thought it was Tucker Carlson.
It might have been. It might have been just so I could pee on his shoe. I really want to pee on his shoe.
We don't do politics on the show at all.
Yeah.
But I had to throw that jab at him for sure.
Well, no, I mean, I actually did. Like, I think the very first time, one of my answers was, I'd love to hang out with Rick Rubin. You
did say that, actually. You did say
Rick
that.
Rubin is, he's all
I want to hang out with him because he and Stephen Lynn, they have the same hair.
They do have the same hair.
Yeah.
And I would say this: if Bull got to hang out with Rick Rubin and he did not invite me and Tooth, me and Bull, we'd probably break up.
Well, no,
Listen, if Bull didn't invite us to hang out with him and Rick Rubin, there'd be some Rubens going on Bull.
That's right.
well, no, that's
Dot
the
that
thing
I.
is like,
Be Rubin him
they
down.
say never meet your heroes, and I've met a couple of mine, and I wish I'd never met them. So I know I'd meet Rick Rubin, and he'd go into his whole, let's have a vegan latte while we sit in our robes in the sun and listen to death metal.
And Bull
I'd
would be
like,
so mad because Bull's a boot guy now. He's like, I can't wear boots here.
No, I wear boots and eat steak. That's who I am, Rick.
I get all my greens from grass-fed beef, Rick.
Mine's Ric Flair has never wavered, and that's what I'm saying.
Ric Flair, huh?
Ric Flair. But I hear it's not really good to meet him. Like Bull said, don't meet your heroes. James Hetfield is one. I never said him because I always, he's my number one hero, and it's one of those ones you don't want to be disappointed by.
Did y'all see the thing about Steve Martin and Chance the Rapper? I'm pretty sure it was Chance the Rapper. It could have been Tyler the Creator. I might be getting this wrong.
That's a fantastic collab already, though.
But here's what
I'm
happened.
listening to it.
I'm probably getting this wrong on the rapper, but I think it was Chance the Rapper maybe. Him and his kid on a plane, but their seats aren't together. And before he's like, I didn't really want to say anything. And
Oh, well, it was Chance. I saw this article the other day.
okay,
and,
it was Chance.
Yeah.
I didn't really want to say anything and like intrude upon anybody. And before I could even say anything, this gentleman was like, oh, here, let me move so you can sit by your daughter. And he thought that was so cool. And then after the fact, found out it was Martin Short.
Yeah.
Because his daughter, whatever movie Martin Short, boom.
It's like Mr. Frost. It was Jack Frost, I think.
Something like that. Yeah. Some kind of Christmas movie thing. And it was his Christmas movie character. And she recognized him, was like, hey, that's da-da-da-da. So they ended up talking, but like the interview or the article kind of asked him, well, did he know who you were? And he was like, no, and that's what makes it beautiful is he just did it as a kind human being. He didn't know that I was famous or whatever. And I thought that was super
It was one of those authentic, genuine moments.
Authentic, genuine moment. There's no better way to put it. And I think Martin Short is, well, he's a pretty funny guy.
We need to put
he's
him.
Canadian,
He needs to be in the bubble.
Yeah.
He's he's the new bubble candidate.
Yeah, we saw him and Steve Martin at the Ryman.
The Ryman.
Or no, Opry.
You're right. It wasn't the Ryman. It was the Opry
Opry.
House. But regardless, we saw him.
Talk about like your bubble people. I saw this thing going around talking about like at weddings you have a +1. What if they had a -1, where it was like one person you don't want to be there?
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a good one too. I'll tell you, mine is Morgan Wallen. That's my -1 every time.
Really?
Yep.
I was down to Morgan Wallen because he says dumb things. Well, he did that one time.
I will give him credit on what he's done with his career and getting to the top of the game, but I just don't like the game.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that.
You know? Like I said, that's my -1. If you're listening, I mean it.
Loathe you, mean it.
I love you, mean it. All right. This one, I don't know how it's going to go. This question. Have you seen the movie Dirty Dancing?
I'm sure I have.
Patrick Swayze?
Yeah.
This is a series of 3 questions.
Have you seen the movie Roadhouse?
Also Patrick Swayze.
Okay. Which character would you rather be? Dalton from Roadhouse or Johnny Castle from Dirty Dancing?
Dirty Dancing.
Thank you.
Oh my God, that's the wrong answer, Sammy.
That's
What are
the
you
right
doing?
answer, Sammy.
Dirty Dancing. Absolutely.
He's a musician.
Don't you even start. Bull, don't start me tonight.
Funny story, and I'll pick on my mom for a second. She cried at the end of Dirty Dancing.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
I get a little emotional. And that's the thing. Like my pick is my pick is Dalton from Roadhouse.
He gets emotional every time he looks at you.
I do. But those are
Taylor Dane over here.
Love Dirty Dancing. That is a fantastic. It's the highest grossing independent film of all time. I love that movie. I just like Roadhouse a little bit better.
And that's fair.
I like Dalton a little bit better. The movies, to me, 1A, 1B.
You like the character. If you could pick
exactly.
and that's
If
fair.
he's going to be a character, he's going to be a butt-kicking, tough guy who saves the town from some arrogant...
From Brad Wesley, because J.C. Penney came there because of him. Ask anybody, they'll tell you.
Yeah, ask anybody. J.C. Penney's there because of Brad Wesley.
Yeah, I got the sticker right over there.
You ask anybody.
I mean, he gets the hot blonde, like my girlfriend. But the great movies, go ahead, Bull. I know you want to say it.
Nope.
Yeah.
Bull's a fan of Philo
let you roll
Beto,
in this.
who is not an option in the question, but he is steadfast stood by Philo Beto being his answer.
You have to admire how astute he is in that.
Oh, I mean, the correct answer is Philo Beto.
You wait till the shirt I got coming.
I mean,
Remember that shirt I
Philo
sent you the other
Beto
night?
took on the Black Widows, and they're
Philo
feared
Beto
throughout the
versus
land.
Wade Garrett.
oh yeah.
It's in the mailbox right now.
James Holt asked, and I'm curious to know as well, what do you think about the new Roadhouse?
Not gonna watch it.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
I'm over it on the remakes, man.
Yeah, I'm with you, man.
Like
Because Dirty Dancing had a remake back in the
Out of
10 years
fairness, and I've mentioned this before in some movie episodes.
I'm telling you, ever since Jake Gyllenhaal,
It's okay, I wasn't finished.
Brokeback Mountain, he was ready to play Dalton. Ever since then,
Yeah.
I'll end you.
ever since he was in Brokeback Mountain,
I'll end you right
he was
now.
prepping
What was
to
I
be Dalton.
saying
Then.
before I was so rudely interrupted?
It was so quick, I don't
He
remember.
just took me right out of there.
He did.
You don't need to
Jake
talk.
we were
Gyllenhaal.
talking about remakes.
I was talking about remakes, yes. If you look at it throughout history, a lot of our really good movies are remakes.
True.
Legitimately, a lot of our really good movies are adaptations from a book.
Yep.
And they may not even share the title.
Right, but
Yeah.
Like, for instance, and this one, similar title, but it's an excellent movie. Josh Hartnett, what's the guy's name?
love Josh Hartnett.
Mekhi Phifer.
That's a good movie.
It's Othello.
Yes.
It's a take on Shakespeare's Othello.
Well, it's one of the. There's only 7 stories that have ever been told, or something. And I can't quote it exactly, but you can Google it, and they talk about the seven stories of man. There's only 7 stories out there, and you can change the names of the characters and
Little details, but ultimately,
it's seven.
always the same.
Like,
7 stories.
Oh, Brother, We're Out There is the
Odyssey. Yeah.
Homer's Odyssey. Exactly.
Right.
So if you really look at it, almost every movie is a remake.
Sure.
To some degree.
Right.
I am also with you where you're standing, though.
Yeah.
I am kind of at a level of like, okay, we don't have to remake every movie.
Sure.
Yeah, well, you just don't remake Roadhouse.
At least there was a time where when we were doing remakes of movies, we were remaking really good movies and still remaking them really good.
Well, like
Gone in 60 Seconds is going to be my example because we've talked about it tonight. The original's a great movie. The remake, also a great movie.
Yeah, I agree.
Point Break.
Point Break.
Yeah. I didn't watch the remake.
I'm kind of biased on that one, but yeah,
Utah.
give me 2.
That's right.
Speaking to the microphone, Squid Brain, with the backup mic. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little bit biased to the Keanu Reeves, Busey, Swayze,
Right.
but
I can't wait for Wayne Brady to redo all the Richard Pryor movies.
like I didn't think it was cool when they.
I'm watching that.
I didn't think it was cool when they redid like Can't Buy Me Love, or what is it? Love Don't Cost a Thing. It was kind of the same. I don't. There's
But
no
also,
need for all that.
going back to what we were talking about at the beginning of the show, I mean, you talk about the new ideas, you end up with Cocaine Bear.
But Cocaine Bear is based
Or Meth Gator.
Or Meth Gator.
new ideas. Cocaine Bear is not a new idea. Cocaine Bear is somebody decided to take a real life event and make a movie about it. That
yeah,
really
it's-
did happen. Now,
Sure.
the activities that the bear does in the movie, I don't know that bear really did that, but there was a bear in Knoxville that was high on cocaine.
And
So
yeah.
you don't think there's
They called him Casey
there's a-
Jones. Just ask Jerry Garcia.
There's a
He'll tell
meth
you.
gator.
there's a bear in Mississippi that went on cocaine?
Man.
Did y'all hear about that bear in Sevierville? They said where Dolly Parton grew up?
No.
They had it
Yes,
in a cage.
yes, I did.
They had it in a cage out by this like country store, gas station, whatever.
He liked cokes.
And they'd feed him Coca-Colas. Then they'd feed him moon pies and candy bars and this, that, and the other. Well, somebody got the bright idea, Mountain Dews, whatever. Let's give him some gas. So they pour some gasoline in this bear.
Yeah.
Loses his mind. Breaks out of the cage. Runs through town, tearing up everything in sight. And then
They're going to
just-
write a law about it now.
And then it just fell over. Just running and just boop.
yeah, I mean, it drank gas.
Yeah.
Well, he ran out of it.
Yeah, he didn't
Yeah, I
die.
mean-
He just ran out of gas.
Man, that's unfortunate. They had to drag it back to the cage.
I stole that joke from Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton. She did it. She didn't do it much better.
Well, it's Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton.
Yeah, and my boobs are almost big as Dolly Parton's, but
Can you believe that somebody did that?
Yeah.
They killed that bear. No, he didn't die. He just ran out of gas.
all right, guys, we're gonna figure out what we have learned, and then after that, hopefully, Sammy will take us out with another song.
Sure.
We appreciate that. Tooth, what'd you learn tonight?
You can milk a leprechaun. I did not know that before, but apparently you can milk a leprechaun, and leprechaun's milk is green.
How about
But
that?
it's hazy and it requires
It's like a pale ale.
it requires an Irish whiskey intro.
Oh, okay, it's like an Irish car bomb.
Yeah, to a degree.
Yeah,
To a degree.
Bull, what'd you learn tonight?
Well, I mean, I learned a lot about Mississippi. I don't think I'll retain any of it, but
There's a river there.
a river runs through it.
It does.
It does. Sammy, what'd you learn tonight?
Man, I learned that I think collectively everybody's tired of the BS movies coming out. It's not just an independent thing. It's not just me. And I feel better
dude,
now.
You have a following.
Yeah, we're with you, brother.
Fantastic.
I learned that Sammy is not a communist.
Not a commie. Sammy is not a commie. Just because they both end in E.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
When I say E, I don't mean the letter. I just mean the sound. Sammy, commie.
that's not how it sounded. It's spelled or
Not
whatever
yet,
Bull
anyway.
said earlier.
Yeah.
Whatever. Was that? Was that close?
He said, I said it that way because that's how it's spelled. How do you say it? I can't even say it wrong. Gyllenhaal. Gyllenhaal.
There it is.
Gyllenhaal.
All right, guys, don't forget tomorrow night at Common John Brewing Company, party on the patio. Double Shot takes the stage at 5 p.m. On the patio, weather permitting. Gonna be a great party. Press Box 11 will be on site. They got 2 green beers will be there.
If Eli does his job, there won't be an issue with the weather.
If not, he's fired as the weather fighter.
Done with him.
Don't forget tomorrow night. Sammy's gonna be at Kubo Grill at 6 p.m. Have you tried the chicken pancit?
I haven't had the steak there though, and it's fantastic.
Oh, the steak with the chimichurri sauce on it.
It's fantastic.
My favorite right there. Love it. And he will be at Common John on Saturday night at 6 p.m. So y'all come out and see us this weekend. Sammy, thanks for making the trek all the way from Mississippi. Crooked letter, humpback. Come on.
That's it, man.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Sammy, you going to take us out with another song?
What kind of song y'all want to hear?
Tooth, what do you think, buddy?
Lively, upbeat, something that's going to excite us. Play us out live.
Something that's gonna
Take us into the weekend, if
into
you
the
will.
weekend. All right, let's come on with here.
I don't want my dog to leave me. I don't want my wife to die. I don't want my girlfriend to cheat on me. None of that in this song.
All right. Let me think.
We can beat up the neighbors, though. I don't care.
I'm trying to think of another good one, man. That I got one. This one's called Mr. No One.
Kind of like King Nothing.
Picked up my call, said that you'd be home soon. The night turns to morning, I'm alone in our room. I talk to your friends, they say that you're doing fine. Hear it from you and get that peace of mind. But I'm Mr. No One, and she's Mrs. Who's That, sits in the front row while I'm in the very back. She listens to pop songs, I'm stuck on this Godsmack. All I ever was to you was just another doormat, 'cause I'm Mr. No One. I'm Mr. No One. Talk to your mom, she called me Christmas Eve. She didn't want much, just wanted to see. If time heals all wounds, I just started to bleed. I'd rather hear it from you, so I could finally get some effing sleep. I'm Mr. No One, and she's Mrs. Who's That, sits in the front row while I'm in the very back. She listens to pop songs, and I really hate that. So enjoy that new trash from Cardi and Kodak. She's on the cheer squad, and I'm not in anything. She's getting ran through while I'm having wet dreams, 'cause I'm missing no one. I'm Mr. No One. You picked up my call, said that you'd be home soon. night turns to morning, I'm alone in my room.
That is great.
That
was
awesome,
great.
man.
Yeah, man.
Holy cow, dude.
That was groovy.
Yeah,
dude.
James Holt on the Facebook Live feed, he said, great song, love it. You weren't even done with it yet. And he was like, yep, I'm in.
Appreciate that, man. Yeah, I wrote that one.
That's
a great song.
That was
brother.
a great, yes, absolutely.
Like the turnaround at the end there, huh? It kind of makes it all tie together. Yeah.
It does, man. That was awesome.
All
All right.
run through. Love it. That was great.
I felt that line was coming. I'm like, nah, he's not gonna say
was just
that.
breathing
He's not gonna. Yeah, well, I did come from Pete. I was like, he's not gonna say it. He's not gonna say it. He said it. He said it. Oh man, dude, that was wonderful. Love that, man.
Yeah, that one's called Mr. No One.
I like
Mr.
it.
No One. All right, guys.
Request that Saturday night.
Sammy Qudan has been our guest tonight. Sammy, can people find your music anywhere?
So right now I'm actually recording my debut solo project, but I am in a band called Sullivan's Hollow, and you can check that out on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music. We got some stuff out from 2020. I think we put one out in 2021, 22. We got some stuff coming out this year too. So I'm the front man in that band, and then I just kind of really started hitting the bricks hard on the solo stuff this year. So that I'm hoping, fingers crossed, not going to put a date on it, but I'm hoping that I'll get the solo record out sometime this summer.
Awesome.
Absolutely, man.
We'll be looking forward to that.
Appreciate that.
So check him out tomorrow night, Kubo Grill, 6 p.m. Don't forget, I just put the dip in. Party on the patio tomorrow night, March 17th at Common John Brewing Company. Sammy will be there Saturday night.
And I'll sing songs about my neighbors for you.
Or getting
run through.
yeah. Run yeah.
I mean, Big Down in Dallas worked. Why won't that one?
That's right. That's exactly right. Tooth, thanks for being here, sir.
Thanks for having me, Travis.
I appreciate you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks y'all for having me on tonight, man. I appreciate it.
Oh, man. Thanks for coming. Bull,
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
thanks for being here, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Sammy, once again, thank you so much. Had a great time.
been a pleasure,
Could
man.
probably sit here about another 5 hours and talk music with you.
Well, let's just do it again sometime soon.
Absolutely.
do
Next
that.
time you're in town, holler.
Yeah.
We'll do it, man.
Yeah,
for
let
sure.
us know when you're coming to town, and we'll put you on. We'll make it happen.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
I'd love to make it a recurring thing.
Now, you have a radio show?
I do have a radio show. It's 107.1 The River down in Natchez, but they do have an online platform. And I've got socials. I've got Facebook, Instagram, and I post the links, all that stuff there. So I don't do the TikTok thing, man. I just decided that was my line in the sand with social media.
Oh, God. I hope my
Because
girlfriend
he's
don't
not a communist.
Hey, I hope my girlfriend does not hear that.
Don't worry
Not a
about it.
communist.
Yeah.
She's the TikTok queen.